Getting us on, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another great week of the Better Than Sex Sports Podcast. Of course, you know I am the man on the street. Somebody got they watched the video too. Tim, dog.
Nope. Tim Dog from Be More
Okay.
Careful because it wasn't me.
That's what I'm talking about. But we are back, ladies and gentlemen, back with a vengeance. But y'all know how we always start our podcast off. We always got to ask the brothers how their day went. So, Matt Professor, how was your day?
Well, since I'm here, it was okay. I mean, we normally do the introductions first, but I guess we
That is true, man.
guess we changing stuff up.
My bad, brother.
I'm all right. I was all right. It's just too hot in this city for me.
Oh yeah. You can tell it was me, Tim Dog. I had my TV up.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
The man pulling
Wow.
The man is pulling a Pete headset right off the top.
Right.
Yeah.
Podcast gate.
Off the top.
We can call the man on. Well, we can call what you've been drinking today.
Yeah. Well,
That's right.
I'm drinking a little bit of vodka right now. But let me go. Let's start this over. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Another great episode of the Better Than Sex Sports Podcast. Of course, you know I am the man on the street.
It's Tim Dog from Be More Careful.
The mad professor in the hot ass boot.
A shout out to Orlando, just enjoying the good weather out here.
Yeah, and that's how we usually start our show, ladies and gentlemen. Then we go into this is how we start our podcast. So I always got to ask the brother how did they went. Matt Professor said he hard as hell, so we already got his already. So shout out, how was your day, my brother?
I can't call it, man. As you can see, I'm out here enjoying this beautiful weather that we got down here in Florida. That's about to be flipped to be Democrat after all this dumb shit that's going on. But anyway, just wanted to let y'all know, y'all can come down anytime. As you can see over the shoulder, the banana trees came in real nice. You know what I'm saying?
Can we see the golf course?
Nah. I'm putting a putting green over there.
Okay, then.
Over there. I'm putting a putting green over there.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go,
I shall have my own putting green.
What's up, brother-in-law?
I just want to let you know I can't stand you. Okay, you or all your saints could go marching right in and get that on.
I don't get mad, man.
That's what we talking about.
Just because the Dolphins beach themselves.
That's right. Tim Dog, how was your day, my brother?
Don't do that. It's too early.
My day was cool, but I want to talk about my day yesterday. Got a new internet service, and it was something they were building or putting together in the neighborhood. And the person I was talking to,
now, watch out now.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, hey, I just want to say, my customer service person named Hannah from Pavlov Media hooked the brother up. So I told her come watch the Better Than Sex Sports podcast, and hopefully, we give her a good show.
That's what's up.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what
Why
I'm
you
talking
put Hannah business out there in the street?
Yeah, I want to know what did you get
Because
done? What?
No. It was a brand new internet service that they were putting into the neighborhood.
Is it fiber optics?
It was like 2 gigs for like $60. Okay. So I'm like, oh yeah. Right. I jumped on that. So
I got you. But you ain't jump on shit.
I jumped on that price.
No, he didn't say he grabbed it. He said he jumped on it.
Okay.
Now, why y'all got to mess with a brother, right?
I got you.
Tim, you know we love you, brother.
Yeah. As for me, man, y'all know celebrated my birthday on Saturday, number 55.
Woo-hoo.
Hey man,
brother.
Double nickel.
Thank you. And it was a surprise birthday party. My wife threw for me, man. Family came out, friends came out, classmates came out, man, and I felt kind of love. The man on the street felt love that day, man.
Well, you've been planning this for a minute, so you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. One of the great things, like I said, one of my cousins, they flew all the way from Colorado just for one day. He flew back the next day. So that's my partner, spiritual brother came down from Orlando. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it was a great night, man. So I want to thank everybody.
Say, Tim Dog, you see how this Negro trying to make us feel bad for not coming up there, huh? You see that shit?
I don't feel bad at all.
I had family come in from Colorado just for the day.
Man, I give two. Hey, They got the money and supplies to do it. So.
Well, you know, I did get a gift. I did get a card and a gift from the podcast brother. So I guess y'all was included on that. So, so it was like y'all was there, man. But I want to take the opportunity. Everybody that did wish me a happy birthday, did came out and helped me celebrate. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It made me feel, like I said earlier, a little bit special. But ladies and gentlemen, we got a great show.
You posted all that too. I saw your pictures and everything.
Yeah. And I want first of all, Tim Dog, I'm glad you say something. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. You get and you get another Negro, please. Because you call my South Carolina look dusty. Fuck you. Motherfucker. Talk about South Carolina look dusty.
Yeah, I said, boy, that look a little dusty down there.
Well, you have a place called Monk's Corner.
Monk's Corner, outside of Charleston. But I would say that those pictures that they showed me as a young boy, those pictures damn near 40 years old. So hey,
you still look the same too. That's
still look the same. But like I say, ladies and gentlemen, we got a great show for y'all tonight. And Matt Professor broke this the other night. We was doing our podcast, and we're going to discuss this a little bit because one of the great is gone.
Impossible dream has happened. He was the fearsome two-time heavyweight champion who had an unexpected second act.
My lean, mean, fat-reducing grilling machine with built-in bun warmer delivers great-tasting grilled food in minutes.
From winning Olympic gold at just 19 years old to becoming the heavyweight champion of the world in 1973.
Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
Before losing that title in what many consider the greatest boxing match of all time, the Rumble in the Jungle with Muhammad Ali. And then, 20 years later, the 45-year-old shocking the world, becoming the oldest man ever crowned heavyweight champion.
The winner, and once again, heavyweight champion of the world, Big George Foreman.
Foreman wasn't done yet.
It makes all of your favorite foods, and it knocks off the fat.
Reinventing himself as the ubiquitous pitchman for the George Foreman portable electric grill, selling over 100 million of them.
And tell them the king of the grill sent you.
Appearing on GMA in 2003 to talk about the secrets to his success.
You should be afraid to stay the same. People change their hairdos and they figure I got to change with it. They lose their jobs. Some guys in City Hall are just voting for the same guy because they're afraid of a change. And you shouldn't be afraid of a change.
Foreman had 12 children, including 5 sons, all named George. He died at the age of 76.
Man, Professor, you broke this Friday while we were doing the show. I'm gonna let you go first. What were your thoughts on the passing of George Foreman? I know we said that we was going to talk about it more on Wednesday night, but what was your first thought when you read it live on air that George Foreman had died?
Well, I'm not gonna say what the first thought I had was because it was kind of out there.
Okay.
Because I honestly didn't realize he was still alive, to be perfectly honest with you. As I know,
no,
I'm just saying. I know he had been unwell for a while, so I didn't think he had made it, this far. The one thing I thought was, damn, somebody with a
He's still alive.
voice. Well, that, but somebody with a social voice. Now we didn't always like what he said socially, but he always spoke his mind, especially as a younger man. Like I said, I'm not gonna act like I met the man. I saw him in person once, and he was much bigger than I thought he was.
Yeah.
But it's a shame that boxing is losing such history and has in the last 10 or so years.
Yes.
And honestly, there's nothing to take it up. There's nothing. There's no boxers that's going to take the mantle that Muhammad left us. That now Foreman, what's his name, Frazier left us. There's nobody to take up the mantle like these guys did. So that's kind of heartbreaking. And to be perfectly honest, since Foreman retired, the heavyweight scene hasn't really been the same.
Yeah. The heavyweight scene hasn't
been
the same.
Time.
Yeah, second time. Yeah, the heavyweight. We had Mike Tyson, but after Mike Tyson, it seems that all the heavyweights that we known and love, I guess the style of fights that they fight, and of course heavyweights, I don't think they give us the bang for the bucks that
they don't. They don't.
that we used to
Because
see.
the heavyweight used to be the class of boxing.
Exactly. Now it's these lightweight, middleweights. But
Right.
Shanta, what were your thoughts when you heard George Foreman had died?
I was kind of shocked, to be honest with you, because, and like Matt Professor said, I'm a boxing fan too, but George Foreman, I mean, he took a beating, man. A lot of people don't understand. For as big as a man as he was, George Foreman wasn't fleet of foot.
No.
You know what I'm saying? He's gonna throw them damn elbows up like this and walk you down and give you 2 down right there. He was a giant amongst men, man. You got to understand. This is a dude that fought Muhammad Ali. Like, come on, man. He's a pillar of boxing. You can't talk about boxing history without talking about George Foreman. It's impossible.
Yeah.
So the boxing has lost another great ambassador for the sport. And like Matt Professor said, I don't know if we have anybody that could carry like those boys did, man. I think, like you said, Mike Tyson might be the last one, him and Lennox Lewis, and maybe Holyfield are the last of that dying breed.
Yeah. You made a great point there. When you talked about George Foreman, and Matt Professor made a great point as well. Even though he is one of the pillars, man, one of the pillars that we look to because of the way that he started his career as the villain, because he even said he was a villain, and then when he lost, when he came back, he changed his whole outlook on his way of life. And I think that is something that's truly going to be missed. But Tim Dog, your thoughts when you heard that George Foreman had passed?
And another great leads us, someone who, like everyone was saying, he was a giant. He was a bruiser, definitely. And it's just sad that he couldn't teach or show. Boxing is it's not the same. Ever since Tyson, I kind of walked away from it, and like everyone was saying, welterweight and lightweight and middleweight, but you don't have that dedication to the fight like you used to. You don't have that, okay, I have a strategy, I'm gonna use it, the rope-a-dope. When that came out, people were like, this man is taking a beating, but it was some something serious behind his madness, and it worked for him. Unfortunately, the damage done to him, hurt Muhammad Ali, but George Foreman, he's up there. You just can't fathom the passion that these boxers had. Even Sugar Ray Leonard when he was boxing, and you just don't have that anymore. You don't have the dedication, the passion, and the will to want to box for the sport and not just for the money.
Yeah, and what's funny is that you say something that George Foreman didn't train. If you ever watched the training videos, that he really did, he trained. His training.
No. What I'm saying, train other people. Show other people stuff.
No, that's what I'm going to say. His training style was very different, because if you ever watch his training, he was cutting wood. He was cutting wood for his training. Like logs. The average boxer is
That's where he got all that.
That's what I'm saying.
For Rocky from all them.
That's what I'm saying. So his style was very unorthodox. But when Matt Professor broke it right here, we was doing 2 Cigars and a Blunt that George Foreman had passed, and the first thing I thought of was how he said that he was a villain and he wanted to kill somebody in the ring. He said they're not going to stop until I kill somebody in the ring. Just like Shota said, he was straightforward. He just comes forward, throwing them big bowls.
Them shits hurt.
The bruiser.
Yeah,
he was literally a bruiser.
Yeah, and then you say something else, the rope-a-dope. He talked about when he lost to Muhammad Ali. He said, Muhammad Ali leaned on the rope, and I was the dope, and I fell for it. And he was like, he said that Muhammad Ali, every time they would hug each other, Muhammad Ali would tell him, George, that's all you got. he said that would get to him.
But you
Mhm.
see the authenticity in how they
Yes.
talked
Yes.
about it. It wasn't
Yeah.
no malice kind of thing. It was like,
No.
dog, you
No,
know,
like he said, he know he was. He said Mama, he hang on the rope, and that was the dope.
yeah.
But coming back to you, Matt Professor, you know he started out as a bruiser, the madman or whatever. But how do you believe? Here we go. How do you believe that George Foreman was one of the great? Do you believe that George Foreman was one of the greatest heavyweights of all time?
You have to say yes, because at the time he was the title holder, the heavyweight division was wide open, and
Wide.
and was loaded top to bottom with killers.
And,
So-
and these cats was boxing for like 15, 16 rounds.
and that part,
Mhm.
that
And
part.
you know,
That's
I
what
say,
I'm
Matt
saying.
Professor.
15.
Let me ask you
Mhm.
this: do you think that he became one of the greats because of the way that he beat Joe Frazier? Because he beat Joe Frazier down.
Yeah, he
That's
beat
one
Joe,
of the most.
and that was
Ooh.
something that not even Muhammad could
Down
do.
goes
Yes.
Take
Frazier.
Joe
Nope,
Frazier the
nope.
way Foreman
No,
did.
Joe. No, I
Yeah.
didn't like the way he
And-
did
Yeah.
Joe.
And that's kind of that's why I kind of say for a long time Foreman, if Foreman was the boxer that I liked the most, the heavyweight that
Yeah.
I liked the most from the past when I would look at heavyweight boxing, because that was real boxing. That wasn't this dancing around shit that these guys do now,
Yeah.
where it's freaking pseudo UFC kind of BS. No, these boys were throwing haymakers every single time. You wasn't trying to get no decision. You was trying to knock somebody the hell out.
Yeah, and you made a great point. Like I said, when he fought Joe Frazier, when he fought Ali, even though he beat Ali the first time, the second two times, you know, Ali beat him, but Ali didn't beat him like George Foreman beat him.
George, yeah.
Oh, Joe Foreman beat him
George-
bad.
If
Oh,
I think that
George
fight,
Foreman
if
should have been
Frazier,
locked up for
if
that
Frazier
fight.
could have given up, he would have.
Yeah, but that wasn't. But you made a great point. I think all y'all say that the bosses back then they had heart. Hey, y'all got to carry me out on the goddamn stretcher. I'm
You
not
damn
just gonna.
silly.
I'm not just
Don't
gonna
forget,
lay
don't
down.
forget Larry Holmes. Don't forget Larry
Yeah,
Holmes.
Now Larry
I'm
Holmes
just-
is the one I met. I love Larry Holmes.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, and he's from Philly too, so you know I like him. So you know, my thing about these guys is that coming to you, Shata, is you said it earlier that these guys they fought for pride. They didn't fight for money. Now the money was good, the money was great to have, but they wanted to be the best of all the best, and they fought all
I'll
the
add
goddamn
something else
best.
to that, man.
Go ahead.
Before Shout answers, they also fought for country,
Yes,
Oh.
because they wanted this country to be the best at
Oh.
the game.
yeah, and he won the Olympic.
we
He
were.
won the Olympic gold at 19.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he was an Olympic champion as well. Thank you for bringing that back up. So Shata, do you
And
believe
to
that George
Matt
Foreman?
Professor, I'm so my bad, man on the street, but to Matt Professor's point that he just pointed out, y'all got to remember the dominant boxing country is Cuba.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's the dominant. That's who dominated the Olympics for forever. Cuba. And until the U.S. started producing boxers that could challenge those Cubans and stuff like that, that's where all of this whole, and that's why I say a lot of people don't study their history. Everything that they saw in Rocky was taken away from these black boxers and how they trained. But nobody talks about that. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I say for this question, he's one of the pillars of boxing. Listen, man, bruh, if you ever worked out or did a CrossFit and you flip some tires and throw that axe around and throw, if you could swing that joint at tempo for 10 to 15 swings at 15, 20 pounds, I will go ahead and give you cash money on the spot. George Foreman was literally training like he was my grandfather. When my grandfather grabbed me back in Jamaica, let me tell you something. It felt like he was crushing your bones. That's kind of strong George Foreman. That's Slade strong.
Okay, then so let me ask you this: so, do you consider George Foreman one of the greatest of all
Yes.
time in boxing?
Yes, hands down.
All right. Tim Dog, your thoughts? George Foreman,
yeah.
one of the greatest of all time in boxing.
Oh yeah, and it's not just because of his style. I mean, of course of his style, but he was a good human being, and he didn't just try to make money or discourage anyone. He tried to uplift everyone. He tried to, be the community ambassador. He had all these kids and he dedicated his life to his kids. So it was just beyond boxing. Yeah, he did the Foreman grills, which proves that, this man was more than just boxing.
Man,
Yeah.
let me
And
tell you
for
about
that,
the Foreman grill.
and for that,
Joint
I
made
give
in
it to him.
Korea. Oh,
Mhm.
Lord.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And coming back to you, Matt Professor, and this is the question I wanted to ask earlier. I had my question mixed up. And this is this. You brought up a great point. You and Shata, y'all talked about the George Foreman grill. But my question to y'all is this: how would he be remembered though? Because we remember, I guess we grew up in the time we remember him as a boxer. And then that came later with the George Foreman grill.
Right.
And then, like we said
Question.
earlier, like we said earlier in the podcast, he even said that, hey, I had to change who I was because of how I acted. I was a surly son of a bitch, but then he became a sportsman. He became somebody that you could look to, like, oh man, George Foreman. That's not the George Foreman that we knew people like that as well. Like,
Right.
damn, that person done changed their whole life around.
Right.
So, Matt Professor, how would George Foreman be remembered in your opinion?
Well, quite honestly, it depends on the generation that's trying to remember him.
Yes,
Like
that
we're
is
going to
true.
remember him as the boxer.
Yes,
Younger
sir.
generations are going to remember him as the guy who sold the electric grills.
Boom.
And there's nothing wrong with either one of them, to be perfectly
That's right.
honest with you, because I used the George Foreman grill. I hated the way that shit made my meat taste, but it was
That's
I
seasoning.
understood the point behind it. I really
Hey,
did. Shut.
me too.
It wasn't
We-
sexual.
yeah.
There was no innuendo. Not a fucking single shred of innuendo. God damn it.
I know, man.
No pun intended, huh?
No pun
Okay.
intended.
So did you have the regular George Foreman? Did you have the extra? The
No,
one
this
that
is before the X. This is before the XL came out.
Oh,
For the excess, yeah.
Okay.
He didn't know how
Yeah.
to season
I had
his
one. Of,
meat.
I had
That's
one
all.
of the second. I had one of the second, the first or second generation.
No, the
Yeah,
one with
yeah.
the one with the
Oh.
two. They come with the two little fake ass little plastic joints.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's why I'm
Yeah.
saying there's nothing wrong with thinking of him with either way of thinking, because he became a media personality
yeah,
after
a
he
media
left
darling,
the
yeah.
boxing ring.
Yeah. And you know what else was good? The way that he called fights as well. Remember, because
Yes.
he
Yeah.
came
HBO.
Because he knew what
Yeah,
he knew
he
what
was
was
the-
going on.
Mhm.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't afraid to say that I was wrong.
Yeah. So Shata, same question. How would you think that George Foreman would be remembered?
Like I said, Matt Professor hit it on the head. There's no other reason for us to continue this conversation. It's a generational. It's a generational thing, and it's no knock on anybody, whatever. These are people that we saw them at coming to the end of their careers. We were born right when their careers were starting out, and we were hit our teenage and young adult when their careers were coming to an end. These kids nowadays, they don't see George Foreman commercials like we saw him back in the 80s.
Right.
They're not going to see him that way. You know what I'm saying? They're only going to see what they see now on social media. So
I got you.
it's what my professor said. It's a generational thing.
All right. Tim Doe, same. Do you agree with what Matt Professor and Shata just said?
Man, I'm gonna ride that train. Choo choo. So
Now that's sexual innuendo.
Yeah.
Dang, 2 Live Crew. Ah.
I got you. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. Bring up the rear.
That's a long nap. After a long nap.
Pharaoh King, man. Welcome to the show.
Oh
Glad
my
you
God,
joined
man.
us tonight.
I know. Look. Oh, I know, man. Look,
I
You
got
need to
you.
put some water on your face or something.
man. I had to go. Man, it's. Listen, man. This I've been
Barbershop
observing
Nick
this
this week,
Ramadan.
everything.
So first of all, I apologize to the people.
Hey.
Hey, my sleep cycle is jacked up, and then my alarm clock didn't go off. But if I don't take a nap when I come home, it's
Oh,
over.
you sound old as
I
fuck.
got you. Yeah, you sound old as fuck.
I don't
But
even
look,
take
But
naps.
we glad you're here because we want to hear your opinion on with George Foreman passing, and also how you think George Foreman will be remembered.
Oh man, it's sad day in the sports world of boxing. Heavyweight, definitely. The thrill in Manila that he had with Muhammad Ali. I think he will be known mostly as a person who invented the grill, the George Foreman
Yeah.
grill.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't invent it. He had his name.
No,
he
he
bought the patent and
endorsed it.
slapped
Yeah.
his name on it.
But you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
But
saying?
same difference.
And
Yeah.
the heaviest puncher. Everybody knew him as the heavy puncher.
Yeah.
So yeah, but definitely a good, kind-hearted man. And you know, just it's sad that the world's gonna, you know, that he went kind of early. I don't know what causes death. Anybody find out?
No, you got to go. You got to go. Hey.
Well, I mean, you know, like was it
anything
disease?
ever-
Oh, no,
or
the cause of his
was it,
death. No, I thought you say the cause of death.
Do you know how you gonna die? Wow.
No,
God,
that's what I thought he said. What's the cause of?
Damn.
I thought he say what was the what? Now I get it, man.
I got
Boy, that motherfucker
you know, what took him?
Jeez.
What
Hey,
took
bro,
him
You been
man,
drinking
from
vodka today?
Hey, I
Yeah,
need
he
you to
said
take-
vodka.
You sound just like them idiots today on TV all day. No.
Hey,
Don't-
man. Hey,
God,
hey, I can
damn.
make a mistake, man. I made a mistake.
See, they should have
No,
did
but
that.
yeah,
You need to teach him to do that.
But you see,
definitely, you know, good-hearted man, and
Uh,
just a heavy puncher. Gonna be known as the heavy puncher, man. You know,
Humanitarian.
everybody talked about how the haymakers that he used to throw. So
Yeah. Hey, before we go though, talk about that, Mad Professor. I know you saw the fight with him, and Michael Moore. Michael
Yeah.
Moore was what 20 years younger than him, but Michael Moore gets a lot of credit because y'all even say that he was one of the hardest punchers ever to stand toe to toe with George Foreman. I think that's something that's going to be in highlights, and they're going to talk about for generations to come.
Toe to
Well,
toe.
the thing that honestly, that was the one thing I didn't care for George Foreman in the last his last few years in the ring was that crab defense style
Yeah,
where he would take body shot after body shot. I'm like, this cannot be healthy for a 40,
I think-
50-year-old man.
I think that was
and-
experimental, man, Professor. I think that was boxing trying to reach for something to try and.
But yeah, but he used it over and over.
yeah.
He used it. The only boxer it didn't work for was Mike, because Mike would come up under it.
yeah,
right.
But and that was kind of the problem with it. And like I said, Michael at the time, I thought I'll be honest, if I had money at that time, well, betting money at that time, I would have put money on Moorer, only
Yeah.
because
He's
I
younger.
thought at the time he was younger, he was faster, and I
Yeah.
thought at the better time he was a better boxer.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think Foreman kind of exploited Moorer wanting to knock him out and doing that crab defense where he couldn't get a solid shot on his upper body.
Yeah. I agree with you in that because he's basically saying, I'm not gonna let this old man been out of boxing 20 years. He coming back fighting a bunch of these soup cans, and I'm the world champion. I'm gonna be here for a while. And I'm not gonna let this old man beat me, but he stole toe to toe. He stole toe to toe, but then George George Foreman was losing. He was losing the fight.
He was.
Right.
He was losing the fight. But
Yeah.
then, of course, like you say, that power came into flourishing, and next thing you know, Michael Moore was on his goddamn backside.
Yeah, you was.
All I gotta
It was
say-
too many of them body shots.
all I gotta say to finish out, to add to the segment is all you young boys out there that think that daggone these old men that got gray beards are just weak ass dude. Okay. Go ahead and watch that fight, and you saw what that old man's strength feel like. You understand?
Yeah.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
For you right there.
Yeah, that's true too. But like they tell me, man, I think Pharaoh told me this. He say, I said, Chuck, Pharaoh, we were talking about that. I said, Pharaoh, man, I grab these motherfuckers and I whip their ass, right? And Pharaoh say, Chuck, they don't fight no more. They pull out guns. Well, that's a different story. Nobody fights no more.
Yeah.
Used to fight.
Yeah.
We're the only ones that think like that.
Hey, we say, Shawty, we done last in a dying breed. There's no more of that other stuff no more, man.
Nah,
Yeah.
they cats don't believe in that. Everybody want to take
Yeah.
somebody's life.
And that's what I say. George Foreman is he's going to remember as a great champion, a great ambassador for the sports of boxing. Of course, you know, he was Elam before Elam because, like the math professor said, he didn't invent the George Foreman grill. He just put his name on it. And of course, like they say, it sold over 100 million. 100 million. Just think of that. 100
I'm gonna tell you
million
like
George
this
Foreman
right
grill.
now. I guarantee you, more than half of that was from soldiers in Korea and Young Sung.
Probably so. But
It's
I know
Young
everybody.
Sung.
I know everybody that I know probably got a George Foreman grill. So we want to send condolences out to him and his family. And there was a lot of outpour from everybody, sports and non-sports people that talked about George Foreman and the greatness of him. And I think that he's go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, I'm just going to say that I think that when you comes down to the great heavyweights, you have to put him in either on the Mount Rushmore of heavyweights or right outside of the Mount Rushmore of heavyweights.
Definitely. Yes,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So,
I was
but go
going
ahead.
to say that my brain, you know how my brain work. I was just thinking the stupidity of the George Foreman grill. It was kind of the precursor of air fryers that we all use today.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. That is true. Let's go ahead and move along, man. Y'all know what happened. Y'all know what's going on. From 68 to 64, now we're down to what? 16.
2-1 seeds in action Thursday. Duke taking on Arizona and Caleb Love. Florida battling Derek Queen and Maryland. Then Friday, it'll be the Houston Cougars going up against Matt Painter and Purdue. Then how about the overall #1 seed Auburn going up against Michigan?
Now I know we're down to 16, but Matt Professor, I'm coming to you again first. What upset in the field of 68? We already know. Then 64 in the men tournament surprised you the most?
Honestly, none of them. We said that this year was really wide open.
Exactly.
So honestly, whoever lost early did not surprise me at all. I mean,
oh man,
if I let me look, if I really had my nuts in a vice and had to pick one, I would honestly say I'm surprised UConn actually lost to Florida as much as badass as Florida is.
Yeah.
If I had to pick, if I was absolutely forced to pick something, I would say that was a big surprise to me because like BYU beating Wisconsin has always been overrated.
Right.
Yeah.
So that wasn't a shock to me. Maybe you know what? Maybe who the team Will Wade team beating. I'm trying to look at the score right quick before we move on.
Which team you talking about?
First round, the number 12 beat the number 2 or whatever. What McNeese State beating Clemson, if you want to call it that. But we all said Clemson was gonna lose.
Yeah, McNeese.
Except for my brother-in-law, Big Timmy. Yeah, he's a Clemson fan.
We all knew Clemson was gonna lose that
But
game.
we said that. We said that at the outset.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's really been no real shock. There's really been no real shock to me.
We already knew Clemson wasn't going nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
And look, I'm a diehard UConn fan, and I knew that certain things did not look right during that game. If you watch the UConn back-to-back championships and see what they were doing, you already see that Florida, the talent and where they were playing, they couldn't keep up. They were too slow.
Yeah.
They were too slow.
Yeah, that's true as well. But back to this Clemson getting their ass whipped. See,
right.
Yeah. Oh, that's another shocker right there too. Though.
Yeah, that was
Colorado State beating Memphis.
But Memphis,
no.
Oh yeah,
Memphis. I'm not gonna say that one because Memphis got their ass beat by Tulane twice this year.
That didn't shock me at all.
Memphis was kind of a paper tiger, and no pun intended, seeing that they are the Memphis Tiger, but they were paper tires all year.
See, my brother, right? We beat Duke. We beat Duke, but Duke
went
on.
Where y'all at now?
Yeah, where they at now?
Where they at now? They lost to McNeese in the first round, dog.
Yeah.
No, they doing a podcast about what they. I mean, McNeese. That was over Clemson. That was the only one for me. But for the women, you know,
we ain't got there yet. Stick with the men.
My apologies. The men.
Don't get me started on
tracks and shit. This ain't the subway, man.
Hey, all I want to say is I'm glad the Terrapins are in the Sweet 16. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
All right then. Whoa, brother, you going off like you go. What do you say? Last year we been in the Sweet 16. Pharaoh King, man.
Last year?
Yeah, last year.
Okay, man, he sounded like the president. All the time about
no, he sounded like a Cowboy fan. It's all about what we did last year. No, it's what you did this year.
Right. That's not Cowboy. That's the Cowboy mentality. That is.
Yeah. But he's a Dolphin fan. They ain't won this in He's a Dolphin fan. They ain't won nothing since 1973. And I'm 55, so 52 years ago, that was the last time. But that's not here or there, though. We talking about the
Not
men's
at all.
championship.
Not at all.
Pharaoh King, man.
That was low key aggressive as hell.
I got you,
Man.
Pharaoh King, man. Who do you think was the biggest upset? Up until the Sweet 16.
I would say a surprise was St. John's losing in the second round. Arkansas.
Yes.
Oh, you know what?
I would say that, and then even Arkansas even being in the second round because Kansas supposed to took them out.
Right.
So I would say
that's what I was going to tell you.
St. John's losing.
Do you guys follow basketball during the regular season? College basketball?
That's what I was going to say. Arkansas.
I didn't say. I know they could.
They've been hurt at the wrong time most of the year.
I get that, but when you look at the history of Kansas as opposed to Arkansas,
but look at
no.
You know why it doesn't surprise? You know why that one didn't surprise me? I mean, I agree with you in principle, but Rick Pitino lately hasn't been able to coach the big game.
Yeah.
First of all,
well, he is.
I said this before. I'm coming to you, Shata, to say this. You're right, because Shata, you even said this last week when we talked about this. When we talked about North Carolina, it deserved to be in the championship.
They didn't. That's why they got beat.
But what I'm saying, I'm about to say what Shata said last week. He said that. I think y'all all said this. You got your Kansas, you got your UCLA, you got your
Duke,
Tar Heels, Duke. You want to see them, even if they got a chance. If they on the outside looking in, and Matt Fesh, you made a great point. Who you rather see? You rather see North Carolina? I'm just picking a team here now, or High Point.
Right.
Motherfucker, I'd rather see North Carolina.
Is that a team, High Point?
It is now. You asked that question.
I'm just saying in general. I'm just saying in general. Like Matt Professor said this last week when we talk about these teams, and I think that was Pharaoh saying. Right. It's the name Kansas that we Arkansas hasn't been relevant since they won the championship under what's the coach with the gray hair now? Rich Nolan. That's when them boys was bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference. So I can understand what you're saying, Pharaoh.
That's what I'm saying. I agree with him completely.
Shotty.
That's all I'm saying.
Anybody that is an avid college basketball watcher and follower knows that in the end, just like in when we talk about football with NCAA, there's certain teams that are considered blue bloods in the NCAA, and if they are anywhere close to sniffing, if they come close to sniffing the tournament, and there's a daggone team that nobody knows about, come on, man.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, man. But I think that was what Pharaoh was saying is that Kansas always there, but then you brought up a great point, man, Professor. Rick Pitino losing is not a shocker to me.
No,
Rick Pitino hasn't been to me relevant ever since he left on University of Kentucky when he won the championship.
Same as Calipari.
That's true too. But I'm just saying in general with Rick Pitino, I never thought he was a great coach. That's just me though. I'm not a Rick Pitino fan.
I always thought he was a better recruiter than a coach.
Better recruiter, yeah. And the players made him who he is. But y'all brought up a great point. But the next question is this. I should have added on to it. But y'all know who's in the Sweet 16. So who y'all think going to advance to the Elite Eight? And because we might not be on before they have the next game to the Final Four. Tim Dog, I'm gonna let you go first on this one. Pull out your sheet.
I'm gonna say Michigan beats Auburn.
Oh,
only because I'm putting that out there right now. Michigan beat Auburn, and I see Michigan probably going to the Final Four.
Okay.
Now I like them, and Juwan, he got them boys, playing some good ball. Like
Juwan not there, he got fired.
I mean, not
Juwan Howard got fired. Yeah,
right. I didn't mean Juwan.
Yeah, I got he was the head coach last year. No, he was the head coach last year. Yeah, but he got fired. Yeah, he got fired.
I didn't mean
fired his ass. I got you.
But and on the other side, I really love Alabama. Them boys. I mean, the way they put the hammer down on St. Mary's and the way they've been cruising throughout the tournament, and I say they're gonna be hard to beat along with Duke with that boy number 2.
All right.
That's all I'm gonna say about that number 2.
All right. All right, I got you. Matt Professor, your thoughts, man. Sweet 16, who you got? Make it to the Elite 8 and then to the Final 4.
Well, I'm staying with Houston because this game against Purdue. I mean, Purdue has had the easiest damn route. They're the ones who beat High Point and then McNeese State.
Yeah.
So yes, High Point is a real team.
Yeah, it is a real team. Yeah.
Like I said, I like Houston.
Number 13.
Yeah. North Carolina.
I like Houston a lot. I don't know how I feel about Tennessee. But I agree with Tim as far as Alabama. Alabama has been crushing shit.
Yeah.
They haven't played with anybody.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna discount Auburn either. They've had, to me, the toughest second round against Creighton.
Yeah.
So I mean that's my I know I seem SEC heavy, but it is what it is.
All right. So who championship game? Who you got? If they were to, you would make a choice.
If I had to make a choice, it would be Houston and Florida, yeah. If I had to pick, yeah.
All right. Tim Dog, I didn't ask you for the championship game. Who you think will make the championship game, Tim Dog?
Dang. I would say Houston and Alabama.
Okay. All right. That's a good one right there. I'm coming to you, Pharaoh King. Sweet 16, who you got to make the Elite 8, the Final 4, and then who you got for the championship game?
No, I want to go backwards on the championship game, but
go backwards then. No, go backwards. Work way back. Whichever way works for you.
I agree. Like Matt Professor, I got Houston and Florida in the championship game, and I got Houston winning because I don't like fucking Florida. So,
well, settles that.
I'm just gonna be honest. I don't like shit out of University of Florida.
I agree with that shit though.
No,
I know. I told y'all before. I have a cousin I haven't spoken to in 35 years because he played for fucking Gators.
Yeah, man.
Y'all so sorry about y'all some Gators, man.
Michigan.
I'm Florida over Maryland. I mean, even though I like Maryland, I like the Terps. Arkansas possibly can beat Texas Tech. I don't know really about the team. I don't like Tennessee. Never liked anything out of Tennessee either. So Kentucky, let's go, and then of course Houston.
I got you.
Alabama. This is a toss-up. I'm gonna say Alabama's gonna beat BYU because the Mormons don't know how to play basketball.
Yeah.
And then Duke over Arizona.
Yeah. I think a lot of people got that.
Arizona had Grau Konkowski, and we don't need no more people like him coming out of fucking college. So
yeah, I got you. Shata, your thoughts, man. Sweet 16 to the Elite 8.
Hey, you like my analogies, man? That's how I pick the shit, man.
The Final 4.
Hey, I'm not like Shata. I don't watch the games all day, every day and shit. So I go by process elimination.
I got you. Shata, who you think going to play in the championship game, and who you got the Final 4, the Elite 8? Shata.
I mean, everybody got their ways of doing whatever. I can't knock that. That's a preference thing. But looking, the only team definitively from every single game I have watched, and I'm talking about I take these joints and I watch them because I want to see how the matchups look. The only team off the bat out of all the games I've watched that I could safely say, you know what? These boys are serious. It's Houston.
Okay.
But like y'all said, the SEC is pushing really hard. But the thing about that Alabama pick to go, they lack the experience, the championship experience. I think that might bite them in the behind.
Okay. All right. For me, it's gonna come down to Auburn and Duke in the championship game, and I got Auburn taking it. I hate Duke, Florida,
and I despise Florida.
Yeah, but I got Maryland beating Florida though. I hate to say it, man. Florida didn't look good. Florida didn't look good against they didn't look good against Connecticut. Even and
they got that boy from Baltimore, that big tall boy. They hit the game winner.
Yeah, even the coach for Connecticut was saying that basically the ref cheated them, but hey, that's not here or there. But Houston,
Nobody want to hear that in the match.
I think Houston going to get to the Final Four, but whoever they play in the Final Four, they're going to get exposed. That's just my opinion. I know they're playing hard right now, but I think they're going to be exposed. But then, of course, I can't stand Kentucky. So I want Tennessee to beat the brace off their ass. I hate to say it. I can't stand it. I never did like Kentucky. From
That's a
from
civil
Rupp.
war there.
No, that's old racist ass Rupp Arena. What the fuck his name is?
Yeah,
Fuck him.
yeah. No, I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
that's
yeah,
they're
you're
border
right.
states, so that's civil war there.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hate,
So
I hate anything Kentucky. Listen, I don't even like Kentucky bourbon.
yeah. But I would say this. I think it's going to come down to Duke and Auburn, and I think Auburn's going to win it. But hey, but that's why we watch March Madness, because nobody knows who's going to win the game because of the fact that it's always a Cinderella story. I don't have the question, but I'm gonna ask you, Matt Professor. And somebody brought this up on another podcast. It might have been on ESPN when I heard this. Do you think that with the NIL, the way that the NIL is set up, that the Cinderella story in college basketball will be taken away sooner or later?
I saw that same article. I read the same article. Yeah, I agree with the premise of the article, because the smaller schools can't compete. It's part of the reason. It's part of the reason why what was it they did a few years ago? Where the way the NFL does it, where there's this cost cap or a salary cap rather, so that the wealthier team owners can't overpay for everybody and put together the dream team. And it's why most sports have a salary cap. And I honestly, I since the beginning of NIL, I always said that there should be some kind of governing body about it, and so teams all have the same amount to spend, because you see these smaller colleges getting outbid for the the valuable transfers. So Cinderella might be dead.
I got you. Pharaoh King, same question. Do you believe that because of the NIL and because of March Madness, that the Cinderella story is probably be faded out here in the next couple of years? Pharaoh.
Absolutely. And like I said, then you're gonna bring better players to the smaller schools to get more playing time. Is even the playing field a little bit, or the playing court, whatever you want to call it. Just like in football, just like in football. These other schools like West Virginia, remember Pat White left Miami,
I remember Pat White,
and went up to West Virginia. It took them to like 4 straight bowl games or something. Now just imagine if he had NIL money and brought more of his people with him. We'd be talking about him. So I think, it's definitely Cinderella is out.
I got you. So I think you and Matt Professor saying two different things though, because because you saying that because the money they could go to a smaller school and get more people. Matt Professor is basically saying that the bigger schools is going to get those dominant athletes. If I'm wrong.
We came to the same end in a different way. Yeah.
Okay.
I see what you're saying with the bigger schools, but yet still they're still going to get them because of playing time. I think it's still going to attract the smaller schools the way I'm looking at it.
That's right. It's
because that G League player is now going to be able to play, for that school and get them a little further.
I got you. Tim Dog, your thoughts? You think the Cinderella story is going to be going away because of the NIL?
I mean, just like everything else, money talks.
I
mean, when you think about it, if the playing field isn't leveled, then of course you're going to have it. Like Matt Professor said, if there's no regulatory body, governing it, then the schools are going to do what they want, pay with how much they ever want, and the smaller schools in Division I will probably suffer.
I got you. Shota, your thoughts?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you the same thing. I feel the same way. You see the shirt me I wear, True Leaf? That's where me get my medicine from. Let me tell you something about the herb. And I talk before me talk about that. Are the same people that if you're paying attention to what's going on, the same people that all the government are run are the same people money are run this NCAA and all them someday. So the same Project 2025 thing in reverse going on in football too. I already told y'all the NIL was going to ruin sports when we started this podcast. I told y'all that, and I stand by that. It's going to ruin college sports. and I stand by that to this day.
Yeah, I understand. And, I'm gonna go back to something Mad Professor and Pharaoh say, and y'all made a great point. I like what you say, Mad Professor, with the bigger schools gonna be able to get all the dominant players. But then I like what Pharaoh said. The aspect is that, hey, if I can't get the playing time, if I'm a grade A player, I could go to this small school and hopefully get that money from the NIL and hopefully attract other people as well. But I agree with everybody on the panel. We don't know which way it's gonna go. But you like seeing those Cinderella stories, though. You like seeing the underdog team where people
Everybody
counting
wants
them
an
out.
Opportunity. Everybody wants an opportunity to give them a fair shot.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. But we like to see that Cinderella story. Somebody get upset. You know what I'm saying? In all profession. The biggest. I'm not talking college here. The biggest upset to me when Denver beat the #1 Seattle SuperSonics. Because that was a Cinderella story. Even in college, oh man, what was it? Like a Hail Mary or something? Be like, oh man, that's Cinderella. And in basketball, I think that's why we watched March
There's been a
Madness.
ton of daggone Cinderella stories. Davidson, UNLV running Rebels.
Yeah, but that's why I say that's
How
why
about
we
the
watch.
Giants beating the Patriots? That's the Cinderella story.
Oh,
No,
In
that's
the
just a
Super
lucky.
Bowl.
No, that was scripted.
Yeah, that was scripted. But like I say though, we watch March Madness because we want to see that Cinderella story eventually get to the Final Four and win the championship. I don't think there has been a Cinderella that got to the big dance and actually won. I think they might have got to the Final Four, but once you get to that, to that last two teams, they come up short. But I agree with everybody on the panel, man. We don't know what's going to happen.
That's why, as far as and until the NCAA stop being so insouciant about the money aspect of it.
Wait.
That word, I knew he was going to say. He used the word. He confused King.
He said, whoa. Whoa.
King lost. I thought he said the word. I looked right at King. I was like, he lost. He lost.
Hey, back that up.
Insouciant.
Write it down.
Insouciant.
So
I'll
we gotta
send
go
it to
back
you.
and go ahead
I'm
and
just
look it up
messing with
and
you,
find
man.
out what it means.
Yeah.
You're right. I am. I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah. But that's what it is for college sports, man. I think we all agree that money, I believe, has that we know it now. We always know that there was money in college sports. They just couldn't say that they was getting paid. But you talk to these athletes now, they say, "Yeah, I got a bag. I got a really big bag to go there."
They told us.
Stop being silly.
Shaq and Penny Hardaway made a movie with Nick Nolte.
Hey, I watched that the other night.
Yeah,
I watched that the other night. I think like 2 nights ago.
This is what they were doing.
Bro, no, you going with North Carolina?
What there's always been, and that's the thing. It's just like with corruption in politics. There's always been corruption and money in sports. It's just now wide open.
It's wide open. It's wide open. We just talked about the men's Sweet 16. Now, Tim Dog. But Mr. I want to jump subject all the goddamn time.
Hey, my apology.
Got my jack tracks over here.
Yeah, you all good, man. Let's talk about these women in the Sweet 16. Before we talk about the Sweet 16, I want to talk about this first because I think this young lady getting hurt basically changed the playing
While
field.
Southern Cal did advance in the NCAA women's tournament, they did suffer a massive loss, and it happened very early in their matchup against Mississippi State. You see the video here, and I know it's so tough to watch, so close your eyes.
Juju Watkins going down in that first quarter with a non-contact knee injury. She was carried off the court, was not able to do it on her own accord, later left the building for further imaging, and it has been confirmed that she is done for the season with a knee injury, will have surgery, and now we look toward the future, not just for USC, but for Juju as well.
All right, and remember the first part, but then this is the question, Tim Dawg. Did the injury to Juju Watkins change the landscape in the women's NCAA tournament?
Hell yeah. Even though USC won by 30 points, that was just motivation because Juju got hurt. Now, without their star player, I don't see it. I don't think they have a chance. And it changed, the whole dynamics as far as that side with USC is on. Hell yeah.
I got you. Pharaoh King.
Matter of fact, who they playing?
Kansas State.
Yeah, Kansas State.
Thank you.
I won't say that they're going to lose, but I would say losing her definitely changed the foreseeable bracket. Last year she was up and coming superstar, but Caitlin Clark and Angela Reese, kind of overshadowed her.
Yeah.
With their with their duality there. But I would say that it definitely has taken it out. The women's bracket is pretty much what we all thought it was going to be.
Yes.
There's pretty much everything there. But after this game, I don't know. If they do win, it's not going to be my 30 points. Yeah. But they will not make it past that next round. They're done.
Yeah. I agree with you. And you see your star player go down, and I think that adrenaline, because you want to win, you don't want to lose because she's injured. But you can only ride that high so long before it runs out. So, Shata, your thoughts, man? That injury to Juju Watkins, do you think that changed the dynamic in the women's tournament?
100%. 100%. The fact of the matter is, man, she's a superstar. Period. And when she went down, because anybody that knows me, I'm a diehard UConn basketball fan. You know what I'm saying? And to see, I felt so bad when she went down. I jumped up and I was like, "Dang!" You know what I'm saying? Because you want to see the players that deserve to be there, get there, and you want to see them go up against the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You never want to see that happen to a player, man. But yes, she did. It changes it because it's going to give those other teams that hope. Like, okay, if Juju's on the floor, okay, she's averaging close to 20 some odd points a game. That's 20 points you have to take off the scoreboard.
Yeah.
That another team doesn't have to prepare for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And the thing is, I feel bad for her, but I just want to let her know she could come back because my player, Paige Beckers from the Huskies, remember the first year she was with UConn, they were pushing for a championship and she got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And she was out for a whole season. And then she had to go through the rehab and all that and come back and rehabilitate to go. And then she got hurt again. And then she had to fight back from that. So it's possible for her to come back from it, but it changes the whole landscape because unlike on the male side, when you take away that much scoring and that much offense and that much threat, when you take that from a team in the women's side, it greatly affects the flow of the game much more so than in the men. Because in the women's game, it's a lot more technical, plays being drawn up. People have to be there in order for the plays to work and fast. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different in the females game.
I got you. Matt, Professor, your thoughts? Did the injury to Juju Watkins change the landscape in the women's tournament?
I almost want to say no because USC is one of the deepest teams in women's basketball this year, but the obvious answer is it has to. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't miss one of your more dynamic players and expect to keep up the same rate of play. Yeah. So it changes it because of who she is, quite honestly. But I think
Yeah,
they played a couple games without her this year and did pretty okay.
Yeah, they did pretty good. Even in the game that they played, they moved the ball and shot the ball extremely
And that's
well.
why I'm saying that's why my initial is no, it doesn't change the team a whole lot, but it has to in a way.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I agree with everybody on the panel because we hate to see something like that. But my thing is, I hate to say it was a non-contact because you see her going down, and the young lady tried to play defense. She pushed her a little bit, and that's when the leg gave. And I know that's in
Don't do that.
I'm telling the goddamn truth. I talk about don't do
Don't do
that.
that.
You look at the video,
No,
you can see
but-
that the girlfriend on defense. I'm
Yeah.
not saying she's trying to get position to stop her from
Yeah.
going.
It's not like she hit her in the head with a baton.
What did I just say? What did I just say? I'm just giving you my perspective. My perspective is when they say it's a non-contact, there was some contact. It wasn't
No,
to
what
her
I
knee,
mean-
but it threw her off balance and she came down on her leg wrong. I'm
No.
not saying that. I'm not what I'm trying to say is I just hate when this is a non-contact when you can see the contact occur. I'm not saying that it was on purpose, but what I'm saying is the contact did occur and it pushed her off balance, and we saw what happens.
But
And now-
no, the injury wasn't caused because her knee was hit. That's what they mean by non-contact.
I got that. That's
But
what I'm
we
saying.
understand that. Yeah, it was her run into somebody. But
Yes,
no,
and-
it's just
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that it does change the landscape a little bit. And I agree with the math professor because of USC defense being so deep, they probably can play without her. But like I said earlier, that adrenaline that you had when she first went down, it might carry her to the next game. But sooner or later, like you say, Shata, that 20 points that she gives you, those assists that she gives you, hey, somebody else got to make it up. And I don't think there's nobody else on their team that's more effective than Juju Watkins. I could be wrong.
Maybe
But let's talk about
next woman up.
next woman up. But let's talk about the Sweet 16. Shata, your girls are back in the Sweet 16. Do you see them making the Elite Eight and going on to the I meant to say math professor. Your girl is in the Sweet 16 and going on, might make the Elite Eight. You think y'all gonna pull it out this year? Math professor.
Honestly, I can't. It's hard to say because the problem that I've had with the ladies tournament is there's only been 5 games that were decided by less than 10 points.
Yeah.
So damn near every single game has been a complete blowout, and LSU's been on the belt holding end of that shit because they whipped the living piss out of Florida State. They beat them girls like they stole some shit from them. But honestly, it's hard to say because LSU has a size problem.
I got you. All right.
So even if they beat NC State, I don't see them, making the championship game.
But who you got in the final? Who you got in the championship game?
Well, you gotta keep going with Coach Staley. So
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way you can take them out of it at all. And maybe Texas. Texas women play pretty damn good, even though I don't care for Texas at all.
I got you. So Tim Dog, who you got?
Believe it or not, I say Maryland can take South Carolina because Maryland is bigger. Yeah, South Carolina had the experience of it. Okay.
Negro, please.
I tell you what.
Negro, please.
We will see. We will see come next week. We will see come next week. All right. That's all I'm gonna say. And when it happens, guess what I'm gonna say to you?
So who you got in the championship game then?
I don't know, Texas and probably UCLA.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
I was the girl to say, man.
I was gonna say USC, but Juju got hurt. So
Yeah.
I'm going with the next best because Kim Mulkey, ever since she left Baylor, she ain't been number hype.
Hey, watch your mouth about her.
They won their title. It's her second year.
Her like you don't know her.
She
you don't know
She mad she left Baylor, so that's salty.
Oh, I ain't mad because I don't like
okay.
Baylor
That's
to
salty.
begin with.
That's salty.
Talk about her. Like,
Salty. I don't even like Baylor to begin with.
Don't
so
talk about her.
Before
talk about her. Kim Mulkey sucks.
Before I come to you, Pharaoh King, I was about to say I haven't heard anybody say anything about the overall number 1 team. Tim Dog, you brought them up, UCLA. So Pharaoh King, do you see UCLA making to the championship game or not? And who do you have making to the championship game in the women's bracket?
Actually, I was looking for UCLA and USC to play in the Final Four.
That'd be a good. That'd be kind of tight.
Yeah. That's what I was looking for, and I was just because of a fan of Juju Watkins, I was going to pick USC. You know what I mean?
I got you.
I would say that. I know everybody wants South Carolina to win. I think they're favored to win the tournament, actually. So
yeah,
I'm gonna stay with my South Carolina Gamecocks, man. I'm gonna support you on that one, man. I think they can do it. They got since old girl didn't get placed right, they got something to prove, you know.
Got something to prove. Mr. Don't do that. Who you got?
Well,
I'm talking to you, Shata.
He know.
Hey man, you disappearing, man. You disappearing with the sunlight. I just see a Milwaukee Buck and some bright ass green writing on there.
Hold on. Did you just talk about my blackness?
No. Talk about your shirt. Your shirt black, your hair black, and it's getting dark.
We're not gonna skip past that. That's what we're not gonna do.
He looked like that dude from that beef jerky commercial. The Sasquatch.
Oh goddamn!
Oh my goodness!
Oh goddamn!
Bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all don't know, this is not your ordinary sports talk show.
God damn!
This is not your ordinary sports talk show. But
man, don't talk about him. He's gonna knock you out.
Get back on point.
Hold up. Let me get closer so you can see me.
What you say? I ain't see you.
Who you talking to?
Who closer so he can be seen.
You ain't know how. You showed me that wise.
Who are you talking to?
I got you.
Hey man, I was thinking out loud. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah. Let's get back on. Let's get back on topic. So, who you got winning the championship? And
I just have to make sure I know it's that and forget themselves a little bit, you know. So I know I got nobody. So I go act like that never happened. So
don't get him excited. We can't understand him.
You see that? Strike two. That, you know.
I got you.
I don't care, man. I'm going my girls UConn, man. You know, I'm UConn diehard no matter what happened. The thing that's crazy, that's very, very, that feels bad for me with this Juju case is this the same shit that happened to my homegirl Nikisha Sales back in the day.
Oh yeah,
when I was in high school, she was one of the big prospects, man, and she messed up that thing and she never recovered. Beautiful person, and I should have shot my shot, but yeah, UConn, baby.
Damn, this nigga.
He can't have no damn shot.
I
shot a whiffy.
Your wife don't watch the show? Oh, that's.
Oh, she knows.
Okay.
No, she knows.
I had a shot with Serena too, I guess.
I got you. You know, was that the young lady that blew a knee out? And I think she was close to getting the UConn record, and they gave her the shot, uncontested shot. Was that what? I can't remember something like that.
That is correct. And she
went
needed
to
the same
points.
school.
Yeah.
She went to the same school as Dwight Freeney. Dwight Freeney graduated the year before me, Bloorfield High, Hartford, Connecticut.
Okay.
So
Okay. All right. I got you.
Yeah. She was good peoples, man. Very good.
So you got UConn. Matt Professor, who you got in the championship game winning the championship? Did you say?
I think I said Texas.
Okay, Texas. Farrell going with the Gamecocks like me. And who you got again, Tim Dawg? With the championship game, winning it all.
I'm gonna say UCLA.
Okay, all right then. You going with the overall pick? Okay then.
Although Notre Dame ain't a slouch this year either.
No. But you know, when it comes down, we all can agree that you can see the difference. Even though if you're not the number one team in the women's division, there's a big gap between them and everybody else.
Hell
and you know, I not trying to say that they can't get upset, but you could tell the difference of the style that they play.
It was terrible.
Yeah, the style that they play. And Matt Professor, you made a great point. by saying that none of the games are damn near close. And it only gets down when it gets down to the elite, I would say to the Elite Eight and the Final Four, where the competition is damn near even.
Yeah.
But
It's
most people I know watch them games and be like, okay, okay, they're up by 25. No, I'm gonna go to another game. That game.
Yeah, but that's what I say. So these next couple of games, because like you say, Texas, UConn, South Carolina, Notre Dame.
These are the tough games.
Yeah, these are some tough games for these, because we all say that anybody could get beaten on any given day. Hey,
Correct,
going back to George Foreman. Nobody thought that George Foreman was going to lose to Michael Moore, but it happened.
But the thing is, what people don't realize is, along with this is the first year where you're going to have so many coaches that have come up through the ranks and either players that are actually leading their teams, alma maters, or something close to it, to a championship game. So that's pretty cool right there.
Yeah, it's very cool, man. But we switch the subject here quick, like, oh man, this shit is going down. What's beef? Beef when you run the T route or you play a cover. I didn't know what the fuck a T route was, a T defense was, until these motherfuckers start beefing.
It's just a matter of your technique. Is that what we try to do? We try to keep our technique as sound as we possibly can, to eliminate wasted motion. And so Prime commented, say, "Sir, foolish, LOL, God bless you, my brother. Tell them what this is really about, sir. You forever taking a shot at the sky. Mickey Andrews is responsible for teaching us what I teach, and it sure seemed like it worked for us. Peace be still."
Yeah. And again,
this set up hold on, Ocho. Let me. This set up a bunch of tweets from Asante. Ain't no shot on the end, brother. Competitive as they come. I talk ish. If it offended you, Coach Gene Chizik taught us how to T-step. I'm just trying to compare film. You can't run from the debate. I will still be here talking ish. LOL. God bless you. Here's a yearly reminder. Not let us excuse pick sixes. 168 games, 53. Deion played 188 games, 53 interceptions, 3 playoff interceptions, 2 Super Bowls. Asante, 51 interceptions, 7 playoff career interceptions, 2 Super Bowls.
Hey, coming to you, Pharaoh, because I don't know what the T-step, but all that bullshit is, but I know cover defense, not cover defense. But Pharaoh, coming to you first. Does Asante Samuel has a point when talking about Deion Sanders?
I would say
when you comparing their stats, let me put it that way.
Hey, the stats don't lie. But which one of those two is a game changer? Right? Which one of those two is a game changer? If you look at Asante Samuel, all he has is defensive stats. Deion has offensive stats. He has return stats. He's a game changer.
Keep going. There's more. Keep going.
There's a lot more. So Asante Samuel just has defensive playoff. He was good. Remember when he played with Eagles? I always told you he giving up the draws on some of them plays, and that's why they got rid of him. Even though
he was getting smoked as an Eagle,
right? So, talk what you want. I remember they had a little a video with both of them, and Deion was telling him, "What the hell is a T-step?" I remember that video. And I'm like, well, nobody knows but Asante Samuel. So for him to put that up there, I think he was taking a shot at Sanders because of that video they did in the past.
Okay, I got you. Matt Professor, your thoughts, man. Deion versus Asante Samuel. They put up the stats. Do Asante Samuel has a point? If you compare the stats, question,
because Deion was a game changer, but Deion was never a fundamentally sound player. He never was, which is why he was rarely on the best receiver that most teams had, which is why when the team's receiver caught the ball, there wasn't shit he could do about it. Asante Samuel's, say what you want about him, dude was a dog. If you caught the ball over him, he was going to tackle you if he could touch you. Their stats are just about exactly the damn same. Take away Deion's offensive plays, and what did you get? He was a good corner, and nobody would ever say he wasn't one of the best. Top 2 Mount Rushmore if you want it. But I remember watching Deion get Eric Martin, the Saints receiver. Eric Martin carried Deion from the 15 into the end zone. So that kind of shit there is what always pissed me off about Deion saying he not paid to make tackles. If the receiver catch the fucking ball, you are.
Yeah, but with that being said, he was the first shutdown corner we talked about. They didn't throw his way, so his pass defenses is going to be less than Asante.
I always thought that in that generation, I always liked Rod Woodson as a cornerback more than Deion.
Well, shit, I like Darryl Green better than Deion.
Yeah,
I got you. Let me get Shotty in there. Shotty. I got you. Shotty, you're time to talk, Shotty.
Listen,
that's what I'm coming to you.
Listen, bro. I hear you on your point, but calm the hell down on the Deion slander, Pimp Juice. Let me let you in on a little secret, okay? Deion Sanders is the only quarterback in the NFL history that has played teams where quarterbacks refuse to throw to him for almost multiple quarters on his side of the field.
Hold on. I got the stats right here. Hold up.
Yeah, I'm looking at him too.
Deion was one of the few cornerbacks that also played with the Deion was also one of the few cornerbacks that played with line defenders that were number 1 in sacks.
Bro, he kept his same numbers up. Deion went from Atlanta to San Francisco.
A great defensive line. A great defensive line.
Bro, you tripping.
Wait. You can't say that, Mad Professor, because with good backside defense, your defensive line can get the sacks. That's how it works.
Or your defensive line is making sure that the cornerback can play better defense because they're rushing the quarterback. It's a bad throw. See, you can say it either way.
I mean, I got to let me get Tim Dog in here because two different point of views. Well, 2 against 1 right now. Tim Dog, your thoughts? Deion Sanders. Does Asante Samuel have the point?
I would say yeah, because I'm looking at both of their stats, and Deion Sanders played 188 games, Asante 157. Deion has 34 tackles, whereas Asante has 398.
No.
No. That's what I'm looking at it.
Solo, man.
Did you say 47?
Hold on. No. I didn't say solo. I said 34 tackles.
No, that's 34 games. No, he has 270. Where Asante is 394. So don't shortchange.
398. I'm looking at 398.
Nah.
Where you get your information? Wikipedia?
No, Tim Dog getting this from America Online. Tim Dog, you get a new internet.
I'm getting it from your mama. She faxed it to me. How about that? I'm looking on the inner line.
No, brother.
Right?
He has way more than that. Even his Hall of Fame had those numbers.
I'm gonna settle. This is.
Do you know Deion won Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, he won Defensive Player of the Year. And this is my thing
with
with
Asante Samuel.
And it doesn't matter. It was the same time Asante Samuel.
I'm going with Asante Samuel because once again, Deion was all about flash. And like Mad Professor said, he did not like to tackle.
Freaking kidding me right
now? Did I interrupt you? Did I interrupt you? Shut up. Shut the hell up. Now, this is my opinion, not yours. Just because you don't like it don't mean you can interrupt me.
Now, when you're wrong.
Your opinion.
I just hate it when you're wrong.
I might have, this is the way I see it. This is the way I see it. When we talk, it depends on who you like. And you brought up a good point with the way that Deion freestyle a lot. And sometimes he didn't. No, and sometimes he didn't carry to the best wide receiver. Unless it's a big game.
He wasn't great.
I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is you can look at both points. With Asante Samuel, he played within a system when he went to the Patriots. He played their system, and the system will help you out. We all know that if you got a great system, if you got a good, if you got a good defensive line, that will help you on the other end. But Deion Sanders,
happened to New England Patriots, happened to the Sea Pigeons. The system left, and they gained
and then with Deion Sanders, it depends on what you like. You know what I'm saying? If you like a defensive back that can actually tackle, you might go with Asante Samuel. If you like a defensive back that will gamble, that can make great plays, you go with Deion Sanders. So it's your flavor of the month. But I'm coming to you, Mad Professor, after this video, and make sure everybody get a chance to talk. We're not gonna talk over one another. All right. But Shannon Sharpe made a great point when he tried to compare Deion Sanders and I guess Asante Samuel against one another.
There's nothing to debate.
My bad.
There's no one gonna say he's in the realm of time. He's in the realm of Darrelle Revis. He's in the realm of Rod Woodson or a Charles Woodson or a Darryl Green or a Mel Blount. He's not. I don't give a damn what he says about the film. He played more. Look, bro, you had an unbelievable career. Congratulations. You're just not time. You're not time. You're not Revis. Hold on. Find out, did he make an all-decade team? Because Time made all-decade, and he's one of the 100 greatest players of all time. Let's see his resume. Let's see his body of work.
Man, Professor, you heard what he said. when they talk about the great cornerbacks, I don't hear Asante Samuels. But I can understand what Asante Samuels is basically saying about his stats and how they stack up against some of the greats. Your opinion on what Shannon Sharpe just said.
The thing of it is, Shannon, is his stats do line up. Now, whether or not he made those teams, his stats line up. So you can't take the man's stats away from him. I don't give a damn how you try, and I don't care how he tries to defend it. And he's doing that because Prime is one of his great friends. So I understand that from Sharpe. The problem, like I said, like you showed, their stats compare very well to each other's. And the fact that he didn't make an all-decade team, quite honestly, in the grand scheme, don't mean a goddamn thing, because he has some of the exact same accolades or exact same stats taking away the Defensive Player of the Year award. So, Shannon can pound his chest about the shit all he wants. The truth of the matter is Asante had a point. Whether or not you agree he's one of the greatest, because I've never put his name up there personally.
Yeah.
Because he, like I said, he wasn't. I don't care for the Patriots, which is when he was at his greatest.
It is, yeah.
So it is what it is.
I got you. Pharaoh King, you heard what Shannon Sharpe said, and you even brought up Darryl Green. You brought up one of your great players, cornerbacks. So your thoughts on what Shannon Sharpe said?
Well, like I said, he's saying those things, but to me, he's missing what I said earlier. Those other players have other roles that they played other than defense that made them more dynamic, regardless of the numbers. If we go out there and look at a person, all five of us have 5 defense balls batted down in the game, but one of us is going to do something to make a change in the game, and that's who's going to be remembered. So until Asante Samuel did anything else other than play defense and T-step the shit, nobody's going to say nothing. He's just not a guy that people's going to say, I want him on my team if I need a defensive player. Because like I said, with the Eagles, he was fucking up. I think you know that.
I think you confused him with Osmar.
Well,
yeah. You confused him with Osmar.
I would say because I would say, he got to the big game dance and stuff, but it was a lot of those plays that Samuels was giving up the draws on too.
Yeah.
He wasn't technically sound and all that stuff on the field.
Yeah, no, I think you confused him with bitch
I remember Oswald, but no.
Get him from goddamn Raiders. That mother man, y'all get me started. That bitch ass.
See, look, I was saying because they had got rid of a great safety and had Samuels on the team, and they could have kept Brian Dawkins. That was one of my favorite dudes right there.
Yeah.
Another Florida player, because Asante Samuel, he's a Florida player, so I'm not knocking him.
Yeah. I think he said he's from Fort Lauderdale. I think that's what he said.
Yeah, he's from the same area as Dion. That's why he's comparing himself to him.
I think he is. But Tim Dog, you heard
Fort Lauderdale and Fort Myers. They're on the other side, but still.
But Tim Dog, you heard what he said. What Shannon Sharpe said. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree to some point, but Shannon Sharpe played during, Dion's career. He never played
at the end.
What I'm saying though, and he's being biased also because they are friends. And the only difference between Dion and Asante is that Asante, to no fault of his, he's been with the Patriots, who's a team that nobody really likes because they kept winning games. And then, he goes to another team, different system. He has to adjust or whatever the case may be. But that does not make him a bad cornerback. That does not make him a less of a player than Dion. Dion was just mouthy and flashy. He talked and he got a ramp. That's it. He brought attention to himself, whereas Asante didn't. and he just played the game. He wasn't out there flashing in the nightlife, you know, making videos and singing songs. He didn't make a record. So that right there brings more attention to Deion than it would Asante.
I got you.
What the hell that got to do with his numbers on the field, though?
Now, I guess what Tim Dog is saying.
They got the same numbers.
I guess what Tim Dog is saying. Before I go to you, Shot, I guess what Tim Dog is saying is that what they say, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. And that's what he's saying. If you're flashy, if you're always in the news, if you're doing something, and if you're doing something that nobody has seen, especially Deion playing baseball and playing, and it goes back to what you say, Pharaoh, on offense, run a couple of plays, kickoff. So the squeaky oil, but Asante, all he did was play defense, and I think that's why he doesn't get the shine, even though they got some of the stats. But you brought up a good point. You said that, hey, Deion did other things. What Shannon Sharp said.
Yeah. I don't give about none of that damn shit that Shannon Sharp said or anybody said. I'm going to tell you what I saw. You know what I'm saying? I watched. Bro, you can say whatever the hell you want. You said you had your time, I'm going to get my time. I watched Bo Jackson play. I watched all these players that play two positions play. I'm a Florida State fan.
That's a problem. That's personal.
Hey, I know that's right. We don't hear that.
My thing is, Deion Sanders, number one, when he got to Florida State and he took Florida State to where they were, he kept it going.
He wasn't a quarterback, so he didn't keep nothing going.
Let me ask a question. Has anybody decided, any teams literally planned and said, oh, we're never throwing on Deion's side? John Madden said that on a Thursday night game. There's nobody foolish enough to throw on Deion Sanders' side.
They said that about a lot of quarterbacks.
I would disagree. Can I answer your question? I would disagree with this point. Because of Deion Sanders' reputation, I think that's why a lot of quarterbacks didn't throw to his side. Because your reputation precedes you. So nobody took the chance. And I think that's part of the Lord, just like with the Darrell Reeves, because they seen what these guys can do. So we're not gonna throw that side. But we don't know. Somebody did. Deion did get burned a couple of times.
Oh yeah.
So somebody.
Right.
Yeah. So somebody did say that, hey, we're gonna throw his side and make Deion play defense. And that's the only thing I'm gonna push back. His reputation preceded him, and teams are scared to throw that side. But some teams, they're like, hell with it. We're gonna die by Deion Sanders, or we're gonna win by him because he can't tackle. So I'm just answering your question. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you're telling me, because for your all-time defensive team, as far as that position goes, you're telling me that Asante Samuels belongs in the same breath as Deion.
I didn't say that. I answered your question. I answered your question. I didn't say that. You asked the question, and I answered your question.
Okay. So my question is,
your question was that.
Fine. My bad. My question to the panel then is: are you saying that Asante Samuel is on the same level as Ronnie Lott, Steve Atwater?
Those are safeties.
Well, those safeties. I was going to bring that up.
Those safeties. Yeah, they're safeties.
But my thing is, Asante Samuel, the reason why he got a lot of tackles is because they were always throwing his way because he's undersized. Period.
That is true.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Sean. I said
he threw every quarterback is gonna throw to his side.
Yeah, I didn't disagree with you. I told you.
I would say this. Can I say this on Pharaoh?
Yeah,
I can say this. They threw to his side, but he had the same amount of stats that Deion Sanders had, and Deion Sanders played more games. So either way you look at it, Asante Samuels got something to hang his head up on.
That's why my opening statement. That's why my opening statement said you could go either way with it.
I want to see him return some punts. Go ahead and daggone play some offense.
Man, that
was not his game. That don't have
that wasn't him.
I agree. I agree with everybody.
So that's why he can't be in the same conversation as Deion. Then
nobody said
trying to put offensive shit on Deion, where very few defenders played offense. So you can't do that.
Rod Woodson.
Nobody
very few,
said
Nate.
you're wrong. Shaka
I say
Smith
that
is
because
being
Asante
stupid.
Samuels had more opportunity to defend passes because they threw more. So he's going to have those numbers.
Yeah.
Like you said, the reputation that Sanders had kept him from getting those other numbers because they didn't give him the opportunity. So he had almost double the pass. Samuels had almost double the pass deflections as Deion and more tackles because he had got thrown on more.
And you know what I would say before we move on is that it depends on what you like. It depends.
Yeah.
But I agree that Asante Samuel has a right to say what he said. And I think any one of us, if we do a job and we think that we're good at that job, and somebody else, they're always getting the light, and then if I bring my numbers to put up against your numbers, I'm gonna say I'm damn good as well. And
that's what I said about my promotion in the Army.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it. Anyway.
Nobody's saying Asante Samuel wasn't good for what he did, but by saying compared to Deion Sanders, no, he's not on that level.
But that's your opinion. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
That's your opinion. That's just like when we talk about Michael Jordan. That's our opinion. That's our personal opinion. We all going to see the different side of the coin. We always going to point to what we like in that person, and I think that's what we're doing right here. But Deion Sanders, I agree with what Tim Dog say. Deion Sanders and Farrell and you, Shota. Deion Sanders flashy. Always got his name out there. You got him on TV playing two sports, playing wide receiver, playing punt return. Oh man,
playing
you know,
DJ.
damn,
Even passed a couple games.
Yeah, man. And, you know, with Asante Samuel, let the math professor say, hey, the ball comes his way, he's either going to make a tackle, he's going to tackle, and he's going to play cover defense. Now, is he on the top? Is he on the top Mount Rushmore? No. Okay. Because we all see things different when we look at a player that we like. And that's just it.
That's real talk. What's up?
That's just it, man. Moving on, man. I didn't send y'all this, man, but this was breaking news. So let's go ahead and talk about it.
We've got some breaking news out of the NFL where Russell Wilson is signing with the New York Giants. That's been confirmed by CBS NFL insider Jonathan Jones. It's a one-year deal worth up to $21 million, with 10.5 of that coming in guarantees. Wilson spent this past season with the Steelers, limping to an 0-5 finish and a wild card loss. The former Seahawk turned Steeler will now join a Giants team that went just 3-14 last year, currently holding the number 3 pick in this year's draft. ESPN also reporting that Wilson was in discussions with the Browns and Steelers before electing to sign with the Giants. More breaking news out of the NFL here on Tuesday, where Stefon Diggs has agreed to a 3-year, $69 million contract with the Patriots. That's been confirmed by our Jonathan Jones. The deal includes $26 million guaranteed. The former All-Pro wideout spent last season with the Texans, suffering a season-ending torn ACL in late October. It's still unknown whether Diggs will be ready for week 1 of this regular season.
And I'm coming to you first on this, Shota, man. So who you think will have the most impact on a new team, Russell Wilson or Stefon Diggs? And a caveat: why did I understand he blew his knee out, but the Texans got a young team. Why would you let a star wide receiver, a great wide receiver, go like that? So you got two parts there. Who you think gonna have a better season, and why did the Texans let go on Stefon Diggs?
One, I think Stefon Diggs, number one, his speed and his availability for the slot was
Joe, you stupid.
I see. I was gonna get there.
Joe, stupid.
He's telling the truth.
But when he put stuff up in the middle of a thought,
I know.
throw you off like a mother. You sit here like,
telling the truth.
DeVito, I didn't listen. Back to my point, Joe. I'm not messing with you. Listen, Stefon Diggs is gonna be the one that has the biggest impact. Number one, because I'm going to be first one to admit Drake May surprised me last year.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna front. He surprised me. Him and the Broncos boy, both of those dudes surprised me last year. I didn't expect them to do what they did, and in lieu of in light of seeing what he was able to accomplish with what he got, and Stefon Diggs being there, that's a weapon for him.
Yeah.
So that in itself is a good pickup for the Patriots. Russell Wilson, listen, listen, Sierra, I love you, baby girl. Russell, I got love for you, man, but dog, you're a glorified backup quarterback, and you're on borrowed time, Pimp Juice.
I got you.
You can't do that. You can't do nothing. You can't help them.
I got you. Tim Dog, your thoughts, man. Who you think got going to do better on their new team? And the second part, why you think the Texans let Stephon Diggs? I know he's coming off an injury, but that's somebody that what's my man down there in Texas? What the quarterback? He had the second year.
DeMeco Ryan. But
CJ.
I'm talking about the quarterback, CJ Stroud.
But I didn't answer that part of it. And the reason why I think the Texans let him go is because of the baggage he has brought with him from Buffalo.
Okay.
That's why I think the Texans let them go.
I like that. Tim Dog.
I would say that the Patriots got the better of the deal.
Hey, you about to lie, weren't you? You about to tell a lie.
No, furball.
Okay.
I got you. Right,
what are you, a Thundercat? Is a furball?
Nah,
what the hell?
I'm a cat, all right.
Eating that cat. Go ahead.
Stop it. Don't do that.
Yeah, I was trying not to go there.
Y'all make it so simple. Go ahead. I got
that man got cotton in his throat.
Yeah, you can call it that too. But shop.
That's why I like it trim.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, like I said before, this is not your ordinary sports show. So you want to tune in because you never know where we'll go. Go ahead with you.
Russell Wilson. Yeah, he's on borrowed time, but that's why he probably only did 1 year with the Giants, just to, make a little extra cash. Probably, yeah, I'm sure. But and to see what he have, and the Giants said, "Well, we give you 1 year if you do well. We give you incentive to go on." But I don't see Russell Wilson, excuse me, really doing anything for the Giants other than taking up space for someone else who could probably learn the position. And the Patriots, like Shaka said, if they put him in the slot, that's dangerous, especially because of Sante's speed and his height. But
Stephon.
I think that I said Stephon, didn't I?
You said Asante.
Oh, I'm sorry, Stephon. Man, I'm still thinking about Asante.
I got you though.
But
I got you.
But I'm just gonna say that I don't think it's because of the baggage. I think it's because they thinking long term. He had a season-ending injury, and they don't want to take the chance of him not recovering well or something may go bad. So they probably say, "Hey, you know what? We'll cut our losses. We already owe money. We'll get rid of that salary cap right there and bring somebody else in."
I got you. Matt Professor, your thoughts?
The Giants and Russell Wilson. I mean, I'm really curious why. My thing is, Russell, I understand he signed with the only team that wanted him or was willing to give him anything.
Yeah.
Because the Steelers are a more talented team than the Giants. They're a better coach team than the Giants, that's damn sure.
Yeah.
But
a better run organization too.
Exactly. So I mean, he got kicked out of Pittsburgh and go sign with the Giants because that was the only other team he spoke to other than the Titans.
The Browns.
And the Browns.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That was bad disrespectful.
I'm sorry.
Messed up. That's messed up.
The Giants are not the organization you want to go to save your career.
Yeah.
You don't have shit to throw to. You don't have a running back. You don't
You
have
got
an
Neighbors.
offensive
You got to
line.
give Neighbors some. Neighbors pretty good.
Malik Neighbors. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Malik. If he comes back healthy.
Yeah.
What's that, Ole Miss?
Yeah. No, he LSU.
LSU. Yeah.
Wide receiver you. Anyway,
Facts.
This like I said, I don't understand why he went to the Giants. I mean, I do understand that what's going on. Black Juan, yeah. I do understand that. Wow. If you got him. I do understand that at Russell Wilson's age, he can't afford to sit out a year and come back.
Yeah.
So yeah, you go where somebody's gonna sign you. But they have a quarterback issue in New York. And as far as Stephon Diggs, yeah, like everybody said, his attitude. He has the attitude of somebody who's used to winning titles, and I don't think he has one, does he?
No,
he
don't.
doesn't. So he kind of has an attitude that was poisoning the young squad they had in Houston. So he had to leave.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I like that. Steelers don't Fields down.
Yeah, and that's
Mason Rudolph back. Yeah,
Mason Rudolph is the one they cut 2 years ago. Well, I don't understand. When I saw that signing earlier yesterday, I'm like, what the
familiarity, man.
Well, we all know why. Before I come to you, Farrell, we all know why he took it Rudolph back, because he could take a hit to the head with a helmet. So
yeah,
anybody could do that.
Yeah, the boy tough shit. Yeah,
boy tough. So Farrell, your thoughts on the question that I asked?
I'm gonna say, I told you guys, New York Giants is not going to draft a black quarterback. They're going to find.
You did say that.
Right?
Yeah, you did say that.
But now they signed.
They're going to keep that rolling. They'll sign all these old folks, but they are not going to draft a black quarterback. So Shedeur Sanders, you're out. You can forget about it. You're going to go to another team.
Ain't Cam Ward, but they ain't got number one draft pick anyway. So
yeah, no. And as far as Diggs going to, but he's the new what's the receiver that left Brown, Antonio Brown. He's a new Antonio Brown, man. Coming back from a knee injury. Nah.
OJ Cinco.
Huh?
Ojo Cinco.
Ocho Cinco wasn't that bad, man. He was braggadocious, but
no, I'm saying at the end of his career.
Yeah. But no, but Stephon Diggs is still, he still could be a good receiver. I just don't think, like I said, all the stuff that he has are coming from these other two teams. Will he still be the great route runner? Will he still be, I think he's going to be kind of like Victor Cruz. He had his day.
Yeah. And then
and that's why I think that Texas got rid of him, because they're not sure of his productivity.
And I agree with y'all saying, man. I think that the Patriots got the better of the deal for me, because of they got a young quarterback, and they got they got a boy there now. The only issue, like everybody says, is his attitude. And coming from, I'm gonna do quotation, like they said, one of the elite quarterbacks to go into a second-year quarterback. We went to the Texas. Now you're going to another second year. This would be a second year, right, Drake May? This would be a second year.
Yeah.
Another second-year quarterback. And a new coach.
Yeah.
And a new head coach. So it's a lot going on there. But Russell Wilson, hey, I think he's just trying to get that last payday, because just like Joe said, they just signed Winston to what, 2 years, $20 million. They just signed Russell Wilson 1 year, $25 million. Don't know what they paying DeVito. But you know what's funny though? Y'all got all that money. If y'all had to pay Saquon all the money y'all gave no quarterback, the same amount of money y'all could have gave on Saquon Barkley to keep him in New York. And y'all still got to pay, and you still got to pay Daniels.
Right. Listen, hey, I thank you for the offices of the New York Giants who given Washington a great quarterback.
That's what I'm saying.
I appreciate
it. Matt Professor brought it up. They front office is just trash. So it's just crazy. I got one more quick topic here, fellas, before we go to our discussion for the night, though, because I saw this and I want to talk about it quick.
Let's talk about some unfortunate news in the Eastern Conference coming out of Milwaukee. Damian Lillard out indefinitely with a blood clot in his right calf. This report came down yesterday. According to Shams, Lillard is on blood thinning medication, which has stabilized the blood clot and will continue with regular testing. Same type of injury that ended Wemby's season earlier this year.
Yeah. That's breaking news right there. And Matt Professor, I'm gonna ask you this quick. Like, there's two things, because now that Russell Wilson is gone, now that the Giants, not the Giants, but Steelers are gonna sign bitch ass who we can't stand. Right. So Aaron Rodgers. So I want you to answer that.
What?
They're gonna sign Aaron because they don't have a quarterback.
No. What is that breaking news?
No, it's not breaking news, but it's gonna happen.
He actually left Pittsburgh yesterday without a deal.
Yeah, but it's going to happen, though, because they're not going to start the season with Rudolph.
No, they can't do that.
Okay, but we'll find out. But Matt Professor, this is a two-part question. I want you to talk about if the Steelers sign bitch ass boy, do you see them making noise, and also the Damian Lillard news, whichever one you want to go first.
If the Steelers sign bitch boy Aaron Rodgers.
Oh,
They're going
God.
to lose 15 games. I'm calling it now.
All right.
Because I saw his stats when he's rushed as a quarterback last year.
Listen.
He was absolute trash. He was
trash.
the worst quarterback in the league under the gun.
All right.
And as far as Dame Lillard goes, it happens. It's just like with Wemby, the shit happens.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you another part, if y'all can remember the question. Did you think that they trade they made for Damian Lillard was a waste?
Honestly, no.
When the Bucks traded to get Damian Lillard and paired him with the Greek Freak, it hasn't panned out the way that everybody thought it was panned out.
I say it was only a bad thing for Milwaukee because they had a title-winning team.
Yeah.
With Drew Holiday, they traded away Drew Holiday. Holiday immediately wins again.
Yeah.
Immediately.
So, right now it looks like the trade was awful. To me, to me, it looks like Giannis may be playing his last year in Milwaukee.
I got you.
Nope, he just got to sign a contract.
No, that don't mean they won't trade him.
Yeah.
True that,
Unless he got the no trade clause.
That's a lot of money.
We don't know. We don't know. But Shata, this is just hypothetical. Like the math professor say, Aaron Rodgers, I think that's why they let Fields go. That's why they let Russell Wilson go his way. That's why they got Metcalf. They don't think that Russell or Fields could probably make the Steelers relevant. Huh?
I said Russell made Metcalf, which is why that was stupid.
Yeah. And so if the Steelers sign Aaron Rodgers, what do you see them doing? And also, how do you look at Damian Lillard being out for the rest of the season? And also, do you think that the trade for him worked out or hasn't worked out? I'm shocked.
No, the trade for him didn't work out. That's number one, because the fact of the matter is what they gave up to get him. Damian Lillard, yes, was on that road to being that Steph Curry, like could launch it from anywhere.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, Steph Curry, everyone has seen Steph Curry actually develop his shot from day one in the NBA to where he is now. You could see his career progression as he moved further and further back to half court shooting the ball. Unlike Damian Lillard, who just came on the scene and was just like launching, and he was getting good. But now with this thing in his leg, this ain't nothing to slouch at. I mean, you know how many basketball players' careers been ended with this crazy injury? People think that this thrombosis thing is something that, oh yeah, it's a blood clot. No, bro, once you get it, your body is susceptible to getting more. And that's what makes it so dangerous.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So cats don't understand that once you get exposed to that medically, the likeliness of you getting it is way far of more than 50% of getting it again. So that in itself, Damian Lillard, it didn't work out for the Bucks. They're gonna have to figure something out there. That I don't know what's gonna happen. As far as your other question with Aaron Rodgers. Listen, man. This dude needs to retire. You understand? He is too slow. The game is too fast for him. You remember Any Given Sunday?
Yeah.
When Jamie Foxx's character was like, oh, he was just on the sideline and he just slow down. He can't slow down because he went to that darkness retreat, and since he came back, everything is too fast for him. He's in a sunken place. If he goes to Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin is going to get fired.
Yeah. I say the same thing as well. Pharaoh King, you heard the question. Arts, man, your thoughts.
I would say, I hope he recovers. I hope my man Damian Lillard recovers. But if he's having the same thing as going on with Wemby, it's got to be something going on with the diets or the supplements or something that's causing these issues in these players,
Too common.
Because that seems odd. You're not living up in the Mile High, causing these issues. So got to look at that. Aaron Rodgers going to the Steelers. Why? Why? Like you said, 15 games, man, Professor. Shit, I'm hoping this is gonna be their first losing season.
Yeah.
Huh? This is gonna be their first losing season under Mike with Mike Tomlin, unless he can muster some type of greatness out of Aaron Rodgers. But I think it's a bad fit. I think it's a total bad fit.
Yeah, and like I say, it hasn't happened now. So don't get me wrong. I'm just saying
I know,
it does happen. Yeah.
But I just like, why would you go from an aging black quarterback to an aging white quarterback, thinking you're gonna get something out of either one of them?
Yeah, so, especially coming up for what Achilles. I think it was Achilles last year injury that Aaron Rodgers suffered. Yeah. So it's crazy.
I don't understand that. I don't know what they're trying to do, but I think they're going backwards. If I was a Steelers fan, I'd be upset right now.
Yeah. Tim Dog, your thoughts?
Maybe Mike thinks that his offensive line can keep him upright. I don't know, but that's like dumbfounded. Why would you get an old white quarterback and get rid of an old black quarterback? I would keep the black quarterback only because he's younger. I mean,
in 2 Super Bowl appearances at least.
Thank you.
You know, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you could. It's just the decisions that some of these owners make, because Mike Tomlin can't do it on his own, and these GMs, they're not thinking rationally. They thinking about something else. I don't know what the hell they're thinking.
Hey, can I say this on Mad Professor before you say what you have to say? I think they look at Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers still can throw the ball, and you get somebody like a Metcalf that's still basically in his prime. I don't think that with Russell Wilson, he throws like that moon ball or whatever. I think they want somebody with a quick release, and I think if they do was to sign him, I think that's what they're looking for. And I'm not saying I agree with everybody. I think it's still a worse decision to bring Aaron Rodgers, because I think he's a cancer. That's just my personal opinion. But I think that he throws the ball, even at his age, better than Russell Wilson right now. But that's just my thoughts. Go ahead, Mom.
I was going to say, let's take the race thing out of it.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is just not the quarterback he was 15 years ago when he won a goddamn Super Bowl. 15 years ago when he won a Super Bowl. And the problem I have is you got rid of 2 quarterbacks, one young gunner who looked like he was starting to learn the game.
That's right.
Who the game was starting to slow down for. He was playing a lot better. You got rid of Russell Wilson, who's been to a Super Bowl within the last 10 years, unlike, again, Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers gets coaches fired.
Yes.
He gets coaches fired. I mean, why would you even think about bringing this cancerous jackass into the fold?
Yeah, and I think that's going to happen again. Hate to say, Mike Tomlin might have a losing season, and he's going to get fired.
He'll be the first Steelers coach ever fired.
Yes. But ladies and gentlemen, those are our topics. But quick discussion, man, because we always talk about the GOAT. And I know y'all always wondering. Yeah, I know some of us think Michael Jordan is the GOAT. Some of us think that LeBron James is the GOAT. But this is a great point I want us to talk about quickly, please. I saw this, man, and I heard this, man, and Farrell, you brought this up earlier when you talk about Deion Sanders with his stats and everything like this. But these guys made a great point. James Worthy and what's my man? Oh man, well, I forgot his name. But y'all know who I'm talking about when they talk about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And why don't we consider him to be the GOAT when we talk about the greatest basketball players of all time?
The one thing I always say when we talking about comparisons on who's the greatest ever, and I think you just said it, Club, is you got to take the full body of work. You got to look at what he did in high school. He lost 2 games in high school. Yeah. You look what he did in college. He lost 1 game in college. Yeah. And then he gets to the pros. He wins 6 MVPs, 6 championships. If you look at all the body of work, there's not a greater player. And obviously, no disrespect to our boy MJ, because he is definitely in that Mount Rushmore of great players. But Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, what he was able to accomplish, high school, college, and pros, will probably never be done again.
I mean, the freshman team at UCLA beat the varsity team. That's when freshmen couldn't play varsity.
Right. And the varsity team was ranked #1 in the country.
Yeah. They won a national championship. They changed that immediately.
Yeah.
And the discipline, the yoga, the meditation, Kareem went through a few decades, Nate Thurman, to this day, Kareem said was the best defensive player ever. Wes Unseld, Then he goes through Patrick Ewing and Elijah Wan and keeps moving.
Yeah.
So he went through about 5 decades of some of the best centers and survived till the end.
Man, Professor, I'm coming to you first. We lost Tim Dahl there. So, you know,
that
when you
internet
listen,
working for him.
yeah, real working for him. But if you listen to the stats and what they brought up, you look at his high school career, only lost 2 games. And they say go to the to college. I think they, and I looked it up, they say he lost 2 games in college and then won 3 straight national championships. Probably would have won 4 if they would allow freshmen back then. They changed the game because of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 6 championships, 6 MVPs. Why do we do not, when we talk about the greatest of all time, we put him on the Mount Rushmore, but we don't put him as the greatest basketball players that we ever seen, in your opinion?
Remember last year before last, when I started with you guys, that was one of the questions I asked. Why is it always just MJ and LeBron?
Yeah.
I asked that question because, again, like they said in the video, and that was Byron Scott.
Byron Scott, yeah.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was killer everywhere he was. He won titles at every single level. Milwaukee, they won titles and didn't win one again until a few years back.
1971, baby.
The Lakers. Everywhere he's been a winner. And that's the thing. I think the reason we don't think of him as the GOAT is because as much as he advanced the game culturally and the way we looked at basketball, he didn't move the needle quite the way Michael Jordan did. And maybe that's because of TV. Michael Jordan was a big TV star on the basketball court. And that, I mean, you can't deny that. Whereas Kareem or Lou, whichever one you want to call him, he wasn't. And that's a huge difference. I mean, more eyes got to see Michael Jordan play than ever saw. In 1 year, more people saw Michael Jordan play than ever saw Kareem his entire career. So, I mean, I think that has a lot to do with it, because by the time MJ came in, Kareem was on his last couple years, and no one, back then it wasn't as easy to look up his stats and everything like there is now.
Yeah, I think Jordan came in 83, 84, right?
83.
Yeah, so he had 5 years. Kareem, they won back to back in 87 and 88. But like you say, he was still a great player at the time, but that was Magic and James Worthy time to shine in that aspect. Tim Dahl, same question. Why do we not give
Tim not here?
Oh, my bad, Tim Dahl. I'm not looking down. My bad, fellas. Thank you, bad professor. Shasta, why do we not give Kareem Abdul-Jabbar the same credit as being? We do think he's a great player, but when we talk the GOAT, and same thing with Bill Russell, we talk the GOAT debate. We don't say that Kareem is the GOAT of the NBA.
I think once again it comes back. We're circling back to what Mad Professor started the podcast with one of the points. I think it's a generational thing. For the mere fact of the NBA has changed so much, and I think we talked about that last week too, and a couple of weeks prior, how bad the NBA is struggling with an identity right now. And unfortunately for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he came out at an age where there was such, it was, the height of his career was such a polarizing time for the entire world. There was so much going on. Muhammad Ali, the war, there was so much going on. And then there was other players in the NBA doing their little thing. And Kareem was just an outspoken advocate for the Black culture as well. So you got to understand, Kareem gets the same thing I say to people when they like to say, America love to talk about Martin Luther King because he's peaceful. But the minute you go over to Malcolm X, then it's controversial because he retaliates. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with Kareem, man. Kareem stood up for something, and in all of that, because he's on my all-time. He's on my all-time team. So I got love for Kareem because there was no defense for that hook shot. I'm telling you that now.
Yeah. You know, and I agree with you on that. And I'm coming to you, Pharaoh. You know,
Yeah.
but I guess my point of discussion is, and I think Matt Professor hit on the head, it's a generational gap, and because of the way that we consume sports now.
Correct.
But if you look at Kareem's stats, I mean, 2 games in high school, one or 2 games in college, 3 straight, 3 NCAA championship, beat the #1 team as a freshman, and freshmen couldn't play back then, so he could have had 4, 6 NBA championships, 6 MVPs. But yet, like the Math Professor said, when we talk about the greatest of all time, it's either Michael Jordan or LeBron James.
And he was black.
And you know what I'm saying? So why don't we give Kareem that same benefit of saying, yeah, that is the greatest player of all time right there, because of the stats that I just spoke of.
I believe it's marketing is what has done that. The debate of Michael Jordan and LeBron seems to be a more titled discussion as opposed to an older player. But I believe when Lou Alcindor changed his name is what killed him. Changed his name to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, pretty much. Great player, but nobody. Just like when what's the name? Chris Jackson. Was it Chris Jackson?
Chris Jackson.
Yeah.
When he changed his name,
Rahul.
Rahul.
Yeah.
I believe those things kind of like hurt them.
Talking about the Denver Nuggets player?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Chris Jackson was one of the best players you'll ever see, and he got chastised, ousted because
he was
of the
cold.
name change.
He was cold, boy.
So with that being said, I think the GOAT debate, we as basketball players know that is one of the best players of all time. Marketing has put Jordan and LeBron against each other. The media has done that, not us true football basketball fans.
That's true.
And I would say people who don't know anything about basketball, they're only going to see LeBron James, especially with the new crowd. All these,
That's
and we see how things have changed. I put it to you like this: the sky hook is always going to be, something that we know from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. What has any other player really done, or has a signature move that we all going to relate to?
That redefined the game completely.
Yeah, right. And I think those are the things that create the GOAT debates and stuff. But basketball is basketball. Different eras.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And coming to you, Tim Dawg, now that you're back.
Man, I knocked my damn fucking computer over in my camera. I could hear you, but y'all couldn't see me.
How you
over? Yeah, I was trying to get something to drink.
That's my damn little nephew right there. Yeah, Giants man.
You can tell. Put it up again.
He's young.
Steph Curry. Look at his picture. He looked like he passed out right now.
Yeah. Tired of shoot. Tim Dawg, but like I said before, if you look at the stats, Kareem has been the best player on the court ever since he stepped in high school, probably junior high. But we don't put him in the same statue as the greatest basketball player of all time. Your thoughts?
Well, I agree with pretty much everyone on the panel. When he was coming up, he changed his name from Lou Alcindor to Kareem because he was very good friends with Muhammad Ali. He was very active in the civil rights movement. There was a meeting of Black athletes that they wanted to let the world and the United States know that they want equality in the sports, and people don't remember that. People don't know that because of the time and the television and like Pharaoh was saying, marketing. You will never hear Kareem say that he's the GOAT. You will never hear him say that. He lets other people debate that. Not once will he ever say, well, what about me and all that, because he's achieved all that. He's had the accolades. He doesn't need that recognition or that title as the greatest player of all time, because in his mind, he is. But you won't know it by him flashing it, saying it, being all flamboyant about it. A humble man is a man who's comfortable with whatever they do.
Yeah.
And he's a very humble man. He did martial arts. He did movies. He did
still
more
got
than
his
just
ass beat, though.
basketball.
Yeah, you know,
Oh,
I
he
agree.
took Game of Death. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, but
I
he was good friends with Bruce Lee, and that's how he got that part. Bruce Lee was his teacher, so
yeah,
the man was mentally way ahead of anyone. But
yeah, and I
his
agree with you on that
humbleness
point.
keeps him quiet.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that point, man. But you know, for my opinion, it goes back to everybody said the same thing. It goes down to marketing because Kareem wasn't the most pleasant person. you listen to people that knew him and they talked and they said he wasn't the most pleasant person to be around. And I mean, not trying to say that he was mean to anybody, but he was in his own world. And I think that's part of it when it comes down to marketability. Because Michael Jordan, you see the smile, you see the tongue hanging out, you see the swag. LeBron James, whether you like him or not, you see the swag, you see the way that he's outspoken, especially with now with the television. So you could keep Steph Curry, the way that he shoot the 3 ball from all over the place. But when it's come down to Kareem, the sky hook is not a pretty shot. It's an effective shot, but it's not a pretty shot. And I think that move. Yeah, and I think that was what it boils down to. We talked about Kareem not being considered one of the GOATs. And Matt, Professor, I think you brought up a great point. You say it's generational. Because if you talk to some older brothers and sisters, they probably say the best play they ever seen was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it boils down to. So it depends on what generation when you see these great players, you know, but I think sometimes Kareem get thrown, him and Bill Russell get thrown to the side because of people don't want to do their research and learn about these great players before Michael Jordan, before Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, LeBron James. The list could go down. You can go down the list, but there also was some great players. Not like a boy saying there was a bunch of plumbers. Playing, yeah, you know, no, these guys was. Yeah, these guys were great during their time, but Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he's on my Mount Rushmore as well. Yeah, but it's just a shame that he don't get the credit that he deserves as being one of the GOATs when we talk about that conversation. But man, great discussion, this fellas, man. But y'all know what time it is. Hey, Professor, tell them why you mad. Professor, why you mad this week?
Let me tell you why I'm mad this week. I realized how fucking weird my trains of thoughts can become. My wife and I was out in public earlier today, and I don't like being out in public, and I had to use the restroom, which really pisses me off.
All right, Kareem.
No pun intended.
Man, fuck people. I walked in the restroom. The toilet wasn't in the best looking shape. You could tell it hadn't been cleaned, and neither was the urinal.
Oh, hell.
But you know the one that pissed me off was the fucking sink was dirty.
No.
I don't understand why the sink being dirty pissed me off more than either the toilet or the urinal. I mean, I wasn't gonna sit on the toilet any goddamn way, so it really didn't matter.
Find a tree.
But that fucking sink being rusty and having what looked like blood in it pissed me the fuck off. I'm sorry that I'm like, I gotta wash my hands, but this is gonna. I had to use paper towels to turn the damn knob to hit the soap dispenser. I did not give a fuck. That is so goddamn. When the sink is dirty, it pisses me more than the toilet or the urinal, and that's just me. That angers me so goddamn much.
Hey, I absolutely agree with you. A dirty sink will push you over the edge.
It really does. It really does.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Professor, thank you for telling us why you're mad.
Hey man,
I came out that restroom and told Joy immediately.
But I'm like the
was a wreck.
I look for a clean sink to wash my hands in. I don't look for a dirty sink, man. I'm with you, man. Like I felt that to my soul with you, man.
I got you.
Boy, Matt, Professor, I'm telling you, when I used to travel with my family when kids was little, showed the boys, hey, you don't touch nothing. Use your feet. Yeah. You get your paper towel. And
don't you hate when you go in the restroom and they only have those blowers to dry your hands with? And they have a tool to open the damn door with. And you know damn well. Man, I went into a restroom one day. Guy, I'm not going to say what color he was, but we all know. He walked in, pissed, turned on the water, washed his hand with water, and then walked straight out. I'm like, oh, you nasty motherfucker.
This motherfucker, yeah. That takes us to what? Did you see that, man? You know, this one, man, it's a quick thing here, man, but a lot of people was upset with this one.
Congratulations as well to Coach Zulo. This morning, a high school coach caught on camera yanking a young player's ponytail. It occurred just after Northville High School lost a close state championship. Haley Monroe can be seen looking upset on the sideline before Coach Jim Zulo pulls her hair and then gets in her face. One of her teammates, Amaya Tompkins, quickly steps in between them to separate the two. It's believed that Tompkins is Zulo's niece. Zulo, who's 81 years old and a member of the New York Basketball Hall of Fame, was fired immediately. Zulo saying in a statement that he deeply regrets his behavior, adding, as a coach, under no circumstance is it acceptable to put my hands on a player, and I'm truly sorry. I wish I could have those moments back. He told.
Yeah, he wish he could have that moment back, Pharaoh King. Your thoughts on that? Did you see that?
Absolutely. And I made a comment to it, like that wasn't his first time. You don't do that shit, thinking that you're not gonna get caught, because that's a habit that he has. And I applaud if it's his niece or whatever the case is, regardless of that young woman supporting her teammate, because obviously she was hurt that she lost the championship game. And you're supposed to, as a coach, console your players, not sit there and berate them in front of people and then yanking on their head. So yes, fire his ass. And he's supposed to be a Hall of Fame coach. Damn it, you know better. So don't apologize now because you got caught.
That's right. Shata, your thoughts? Did you see that?
I didn't, and that was the first time seeing it. I'm a girl dad, so my daughter's off.
Yeah.
My daughter's been doing gymnastics since they could walk, and then my daughter's getting into sports and all that kind of stuff. And I'm telling you like this right now, I watch them. I don't care who you are, man or female. When it comes to my baby girls, I'm at practice. I'm trying to see how they interact. I'm trying to, listen.
And where's the dad at? The dad should have been the next damn scene coming out the stand.
That's what I'm saying. He should have.
That was his nephew.
I should have been seeing the father with
Give a
Superman
shit.
punch, with a Superman punch.
I got you.
Give a shit. I'm a slap uncle today.
I got you.
Listen, don't play with me.
I got you. Matt Professor, did you see that?
Yes, I did see that. I think I first saw the video yesterday. And I'ma say he wasn't berating her. He was berating her because she probably didn't want to go shake hands. These kids ain't fucking tough. You used to get your ass beat as a player all the fucking time when I was younger. You got your ass beat by the coach.
You a dude though, man.
I don't give a goddamn. You got beat by every goddamn body. So buck the fuck up. Now, in all seriousness, though, he 8 years old. He don't need to be.
Don't worry. I sent him some stuff in the mail, and I think he
Matt Professor being serious. He said he is 81 years old, and like you just said, Matt Professor, fucking Tim Dog. That's probably how he used to do. Just like what's my man used to be Indiana coach. Bobby Knight. When he choked that player,
stand that son of a gun.
That was in his ass. But you're right. Age has something to do with it, and he's thinking that he could still do the same old bullshit that he did, and he got caught. Tim Dog.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it just goes to show how some people are racist, and all of a sudden it comes out, when they old. Because
what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? That was he was white, she was white. What the hell?
Computer screen.
What I'm saying is, when you old and senile,
I see what you say. It comes out. Okay, now I'm
trying. Okay, you should have started with that.
Yeah, because you threw me off. Shit. I got you. And that same thing, we all know that, man. You can't coach these players the way that you used to coach them. Matter of fact, you made a great point. Coming up, the coaches, the way that Bobby Knight, the way that he put his hands on people and the coaches, you can't do that right now. 81 years old, man, you should be home enjoying your life. I know you love the sports, but let a young brother get in, or a young sister get in there and do what they need to do. But ladies and gentlemen, it's also that time. What's the date? The 26th. Ashata, today's in sports. Shata, what you got for today? Today's in sports.
So you know what? Wednesdays is one of them days there that have some serious things, and we get some sports things that don't really reverberate with the new way we talk about sports. Some of these information that them put out here about what happened on Wednesday. What's the date again?
26th of March.
Wednesday.
Yeah, man. The same thing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Listen, I hear things all on there about things nobody want to know about jockeys and horse racing, but I'm gonna talk about things that we know about. Understand? So the only thing I can find that is relevant to something that we can understand and understand what's going on with it. In 1915, bigger, 1915. Understand? 1915, the Stanley Cup final. I didn't know the Stanley Cup went back that far. 1950.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's a good one.
Vancouver, British Columbia. Barney Stale scores 5 goals as the Vancouver, listen to the name, Millionaires. The Vancouver Millionaires beat the Ottawa Senators. Well, today we still have a hockey team with the Ottawa Senators name. 12-3 in a 3-0 sweep in the first non-challenge series. Vancouver's first PCH champions. There's a first hockey thing for them in Vancouver. It was very, very, very riveting, I'm sure. But
I got you.
I'm saying to this thing right here, right now, I understand. The Vancouver Millionaires, that is anti-Canadian. That is,
yeah.
You can't go for millionaires. I don't understand that. I don't.
It is what it is, but man, that's why we got you, man. So you can tell us what's going on in today's esports. Hey, you went back to Tim Dahl birthday, but hey, ladies and gentlemen,
you know what? Fuck you.
Thank you, Shata, for that. Today esports. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's that time. Oh man, yeah, it's that time, ladies and gentlemen. We done gave you a bunch of good stuff. All weird sports. Oh man, we done been around. We are international because we go around the world looking for stuff. We done gave you the stream ironing. We done gave you the beer mile. We done gave you face wrestling. We done gave you boost boxing. We done gave you chest boxing. We done gave you
weasel in your nuts.
Yeah, the nasal part. Oh, we don't give you.
This is my kids forcing me to watch ridiculousness on MTV.
Yeah. What's the thing, King, with the foot when they had they're kicking each other?
Stop it.
Oh,
I guess.
Monkey ball wrestling.
Yeah. And we gave
the parents. Nuts and parents.
That's
we
right.
missed the whole continent of Africa in
but we getting to them. But what we had with India, and that's in Africa, right? We had the cow racing.
India's in Asia.
We missed the whole continent of Africa in this, man.
We gonna get to them, man, because last week we gave y'all the worm challenge.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
which was
no TV. Don't say no TV. Well, Mad Professor, I want to outdo that one. I know you could do this one. I know you could do this, Mad Professor. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, our weird sport of the week.
I apologize.
Many people try to make the most of their weekends, but some settle for much less. That brings us to this story, as Baltic hunting enthusiasts battle to be named a champion deer caller. 23 people took part in the 7th annual contest in Latvia. They were judged on their ability to imitate various kinds of red stag calls. Believe it or not, the winner will get to perform again on an even bigger stage at next year's European Championship in Poland.
Mad Professor, there you have it. The Deer Calling Championship. The floor is yours.
Yeah. Hey, man took his glasses off.
See, this is what pisses me off. That this superior race have so much fucking time on their hands They can do some shit like this rather than trying to survive. Deer calling contest. You know what's funny? I ain't see one goddamn deer out there.
Hey,
so how the hell do you know it's working?
Because they wasn't speaking the deer
No,
language.
no. You shut your ass up right now, Pharaoh, because I know you brought this shit up.
Yeah, he
I know
was
you did this.
He the one that said
I know this.
He said, "Hey, let's talk about this."
I ain't see one damn deer out there.
Oh my God.
So how good is these fucking calls?
Oh man.
How good is the call? I ain't see no ruts out there. Somebody trying to get somebody trying to have trying to. I didn't see no deer coming in to somebody to try to shoot or mate with. No, none of that.
goodness.
So how we know they champions?
Yeah.
You know what?
Hey.
This means that Latvia should be wiped out as a country. I'm calling it now. I'm calling it now.
Shata, your thoughts, man. Hey, you could be a champion. Like call it a deer calling champion. Shata, your thoughts.
Big up. You see this? You see where me come from?
Uh-huh.
You see where me come from?
We got no deer.
You go and ask me that kind of question that you know where I'm come from.
Hey, man.
Now, let's tell you something like this right now. If anybody I watch this podcast and you wonder why, may I answer the question in this way? Go back and find a movie called Shatters. It's one of them B movies.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Where me come from, we don't play them kind of something there. Move on, go with that. No, move.
I got you. Pharaoh King, you brought it up. Hey, you could be a champion, man.
No, man.
You could be a champion, man.
So I see this. I'm like, first of all, how do you know that it's working? Because as Mad Professor said, there's no deer showed up. So if a deer would have showed up, I would have been like, that's the motherfucking chick.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What kind of man put something in the iron bowl and if I go back and
But-
work with it? What kind of man do that?
Right,
what
so
I'm saying.
Time to create this instrument to call deers that didn't show up, and then the crowd was standing ovation only because I mean, damn, they really looked excited to see people call deer, and then everybody dressed like they from Germany.
It was
What
not
deer
a
is in Germany
tuba.
for you to call.
It was not a French horn. It was not none of those instruments. The man of a blood.
No, they made that, man.
They made that.
They personally made those, man.
You know what we call that in Jamaica? The my bowcat.
I got you.
Oh,
Tim Dog, your thoughts, Tim Dog. Tim Dog, your thoughts, Tim Dog.
You know what? Since they have deer calling contests in the hood, we're gonna have child calling contests.
What?
There
We
we
don't.
go.
It'd have made more
Call
sense if you
kid
said
calling in
Pitbull.
the hood. How about that?
What did Joe say? This is the worst that you'll do calling contest. What do you say?
Oh, my
shit, man.
goodness.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. I see the Math Professor eyes. He want to see one more time. There you go, Math Professor. I know I saw it in your eyes. You want to see it again. You want to build you one of those.
Let me ask you a question. I'm a country boy from Jamaica, and I grew up on a farm when I was a little boy. You ever see a bull and a cow mate? You ever see them? I've tried to have a baby.
No.
Well, let me tell you something. The same thing that him have in his mouth, it looked like the bull was already in his mouth to do something.
I got you. But Matt Professor, you want to see it again?
Yeah.
No, thank you. I think I'm good.
Hey, listen. Hey, man on the street, he gonna dream about that tonight. Like, I want that shit actually work.
I think I'm good. No. You know what? You know what's funny? No, because I'm not. You know what I do when I want deer? I call one of my old bosses and ask him how much venison he has in his freezer.
Hey, the next time you call him, use one of those things.
Yeah. Let me tell you something.
He'll know exactly what you asked for.
See, that's how you know Pharaoh set this shit up. That's how he trying to defend this shit. He defending this shit.
My professor, listen to me. My wife and I are avid Swamp People watchers. And nowhere in anything in Louisiana, I'm saying, no man, I put nothing in my mouth and I suck on it and I blow up on it.
But there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's our weird sport of the week. Thank you, Pharaoh K, for sending me that.
I eat andouille sausage by cutting it up. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
It made my day. Just to see the math professor take your glasses off. Like, where the fuck you get this bullshit from? I be looking at your mind like, man, y'all motherfuckers need to stop. You ain't shopping. I'm saying yourself, these motherfuckers need to stop, man. Shit.
Babylon.
But ladies and gentlemen, that's our weird sport of the week. But now it's that time for what?
Pharaoh King,
Babylon. Question of the week.
All right,
King, what you
fellas.
got for us this week?
In lieu of the NCAA men's tournament, all right, so don't get it mixed up with the women's tournament. Here's y'all's question.
Which goes as won the most NCAA tournament games as the lower seed. Ooh. It cannot be
Too many damn coaches. I ain't get this.
yeah. But you know it can't be like Krzyzewski, because Duke, when he was there, was always 2 or 3, 1 or 2.
Correct.
Yeah.
It can't be Rick Pitino when he was at Kentucky, because they were always 1 or 2.
Calvin Sampson.
I want to say
Oh,
Calvin
yeah.
Sampson.
Yeah.
I want to say Sampson, because even before he got to Houston, they were, wherever he was, they were rolling. I'll say Jerry Tarkanian.
No, no, those boys that was a good one, but they've been number one, especially back during that time. He was, the Big East was the shit back then.
Yeah,
I'm still gonna say John Thompson.
I got you. All right, I'm gonna go with.
If I had to pick, I'm a just say Pitino, just because like I said, I know it ain't Tarkanian.
I mean, it could be true.
I'm gonna say what's the dude that used to eat the towel? Shit.
That's Jerry Tarkanian.
Jerry Tarkanian.
Yeah.
Give me Jerry I know it ain't right, but give me Jerry Tarkanian.
So I answered Calipari.
Okay. What's the answer?
Here we go.
Tom Izzo. God damn, I always forget that Izzo used to have Michigan State on top of shit.
That mother, that Mateen Cleaves and all in.
Yeah.
And Magic and all in.
Oh, that's a good one.
I always forget about
but you know what?
Izzo.
It's not just us. That happens to everybody. They be forgetting about Izzo, yo.
Yeah. Damn. Thank you for that, Pharaoh.
Because he wasn't flashy.
He wasn't flashy, but thank you, that Pharaoh, man. Another good quiz question for what? Pharaoh King. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go, we got to give you something to think about, something funny, or better yet, where the fuck Tim Dog get that from? Tim Dog, where you get that from?
Well, Bob Marley once said, "A good thing about music, when it hits you, you feel no pain."
That was
and
worse
music
than
has been. Yeah, ain't no worse than your bald head now.
Don't get mad.
Oh, you mean?
But anyway, they say music calms the savage beast, and
Oh, you mean, man? But like
and
how
for
this man talk tonight, talk to them, my Rastafari.
yeah, don't worry about a thing, because music anyway.
Say it again.
All right, that's what I'm talking
But
about.
music, believe it or not, has been music therapy has been around for centuries. And whether you listen to Beethoven or you listen to Grateful Dead, a lot of times if you're feeling down and out, listen to your favorite song or your style of music. And it's said to calm you and soothe you. Whenever I cook, I'm always listening to music.
No.
Whenever I'm cleaning, I'm always listening to music because it gets my mind prepared for me to cook something and feel good about it. Now, for those of you who have the problem with feeling pleasure and everything, you have what we call anhedonia.
What?
Anhedonia.
That ain't what he said.
Yeah, it's an inability to feel pleasure. So, I can honestly say that, you know, our president has anhedonia, the inability to feel pleasure because of what's going on right now.
That's true to the facts, but that Joseph.
Thank you, Tim Dog. Thank you, Tim Dog. Thank you, Tim Dog, for that. What, Tim Dog? Where you get that from? Yeah, they talking about this right here. We got to do some research in this. Cleveland trying to get Dakota Prescott. Man, hey,
yo, brother, you see, this is why I don't mess with you and your family, man, on the street, because y'all always starting stuff.
I ain't starting shit, man. I'm just saying, man. Hey,
all you
we
do
talk
is
about
just run around and start stuff every day.
If it happens, we talk about it next week. But Professor, what you got for the people before we go, my brother?
Gerald Ford, one of our presidents, I don't remember which number.
Father, please don't let him
once said, "I know I'm getting better at golf because I'm hitting fewer spectators." And in life, that's kind of exactly how life is. You're gonna hit the wrong shit all the time. Make sure you have on a rubber when you do, because damn, it ain't worth it.
Hey, he said, I know I'm getting better at golf because I'm hitting fewer spectators.
Yes, that's a good one. I like that. My bad shot. What you got for the people before we go, my brother?
Listen, I wasn't ready.
Oh my goodness, man.
That was a good one. I just want to let everybody know that, man. Listen, in spite of all that's going on, this is something that's close to my heart, because I have lost close people in lieu of all that we talk about, sports and everything. But if y'all don't know what's going on in our government, as a veteran right now, I am terrified for my brothers and sisters that are in harm's way. This is not a Jay-Z had a very famous line. This is not a movie, dog. This ain't Black Hawk Down, and this ain't none of them daggone movies that they sensationalize on Netflix and all over. There are people out there that are literally in harm's way right now, and we have these crazy people putting our brothers and sisters in harm's way. So I ask every single person that can hear what I'm saying right now. This hits so close to home for me. It triggers my PTSD in a lot of ways. So I'm asking you, to all the veterans that you are around, all the veterans combat veterans, especially, that actually had to fight for this country, to go ahead and fight for democracy all over the world. These are our brothers and sisters that these cats are playing with. This is not a movie. This is real life. So enjoy sports, but let's keep it real.
I got you, my brother.
While Shada was talking, I did look up that Dak to Cleveland thing, and everybody's saying it's fake, so there might be some truth behind it.
Okay, then. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I just saw, too.
Because Myles Garrett wants a better quarterback.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Bro King, what you got for people before we go, my brother?
I just want y'all to remember that nudists do not have private parts. That's it.
Oh, damn.
I'm not going to ask. I'm not even going to ask.
And I'm not going to touch that. So I got
hey,
you, bro. Okay.
You can't touch it just because they nudist.
No,
Still
I don't want to touch it.
I say that because y'all saw when Kevin
No,
Hart was
he
on
had-
the pivot.
Don't
and
explain.
Channing was talking about he and his wife like to
Yeah.
go to the news company.
Yeah. Why? I
He's
got
like-
you. I got you.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah.
Yeah,
My
like-
man, Tim Dog, what you got for people before we go, my brother?
You know, it's okay if you don't like me, because not everyone has good taste. Love me because I'm beautiful, but hate me because I'm not.
All right.
What a narcissistic ass. Get out of here.
Yeah. I say this earlier. I'm gonna repeat it once again, man. I want to thank everybody for wishing me a happy birthday for my 55th. Everybody that came out, showed me some love, man. Great time. Everybody, you know, I really enjoyed myself. Thank you. Big up. And that's what it's all about. And I say this when I told my friends and family, you know, you're a great person when your friends and family come out to show you the love that I got the other night. And like I said before, I appreciate every one of you. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, of course, before we go, Mad Professor, shout out your social.
You can find what I do at the madprofessor.1, the way you see it on your screen. Oh, I'm too far over. On YouTube and Instagram. Although I haven't posted shit on Instagram because
Thank you, Ms.
I don't
Joy.
like Instagram that much no more. And I finally posted links to videos on Blue Sky. Look me up.
I checked it out. That's what's up.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Let's talk about. Shout out to
Oh yeah,
shout
the
out to
engagement
social.
on Blue Sky has been real. I'm not even gonna lie.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get on Blue Sky then. Shout out to social so the people can follow you, my brother.
Y'all see me down there at the bottom right there. Y'all see it. Shout to One Love, shout to Blue Sky Social. Just wanted to let everyone know, no matter what happens at the end of the day, we're all human beings. And the way you treat people is how the energy that you're going to attract to your life.
That is right. That's right.
That's a long ass social.
My man Pharaoh, man. Shout out to social so people can follow you, my brother.
Just King Ryan Facebook at the time. I need to get on this Blue Sky Social with you guys.
I got you. And of course, Tim Dawes, shout out to social so people can follow you, my brother.
You can follow me at Father's Love 99 Instagram, but follow my son Jims_woodworking1, and you can see the talents that my son has as far as woodmaking.
That's right. And of course, you can find me, the man on the street, at the Man on the Street Show on YouTube. Also follow me on Creative Canvas Expression on YouTube. You can follow us at the Better Than Sex Sports Podcast on YouTube and Facebook as well. But make sure you come and check us out Friday night at 8 o'clock for 2 cigarettes and a blunt. Follow us on YouTube and on Facebook as well. Make sure you stick around for the after show called Ashed Out. We always have a good time. We never know where the show's going to go on Ashed Out. But make sure you come back next Wednesday at 7 o'clock for the Better Than Sex Sports Podcast. All we do is talk about sports, and we have a good time doing it as well. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I am the man on the street.
And this is your boy who was late today, Pharaoh King.
Tim Dog from Be More Careful, and I'll holler at you later.
The Mad Professor in the boot. My back hurts.
Ain't you glad I ain't say nothing else?
Shout out to Orlando.
And I was going to play the video one more time for Mad Professor, but I'm not. And with that, ladies and gentlemen,
I
we're
want to
out.
see it.
I'm a DH your ass. You do.
Yeah, we out.